Yeah, buddies. It is the Bennington Show on what science has now declared a Friday. So this leads us into the weekend, you know? And it's also a follow Friday. So if you will, follow my Pinterest. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. I hope everybody likes Chinese food because that's what everybody in the country is getting today. Actually, today is National Dessert Day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Part of the meal?
I think just on its... Well, is it a dessert if you haven't had a meal first? Discuss.
Is it just a sweet lunch as opposed to a hot lunch?
I mean, if you have a piece of cake in the morning, have you eaten dessert? If you sit there and just go out and get a cup of coffee and get a piece of pie, have you had dessert? I say no. I say there has to be a meal first.
So you've just had sweet breakfast. That's all.
You've just had a snack.
Okay.
At that point, it becomes just like a little snack. Like ice cream is a dessert after a meal, but it's not a dessert if you're fucking driving down the road and pull over and get some ice cream. You're not like, hey, you want to get some cold dessert? No. Well, we opened up with Born to Be Wild because we're trying to pick out a big song for Jay to get out there during the New York Comedy Festival and be singing. And in Montreal, when he sang Baker Street. And quite frankly, lovely as the song as it is, it's not exactly a fist pumper.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But was it the thing to get the crowd on his side? No, because all they were focused on was the sax man. He's the star of that song.
He is the star of the song. Actually, anytime you got a sax, they're the star. Anytime there's a sax, fucking, just a riff, man, they're going in there with lovely fucking desserts, I think, next door.
Or are they snacks?
They're just snacks.
Yeah, because they didn't have a meal. No. All right, we're going to get to a couple things, but Chris wants to get his Ken Bone off his chest.
So the world has turned on Mr. Ken Bone, the man everyone loved more than anything.
And now I got news for you. I wasn't part of the Ken Bone madness. Now, I was watching on TV, but I wasn't on social media as I watched. Social media blew up, so they all started having fun. I just thought he was another fellow. What was the funny thing about him? He was wearing a red sweater
and
a
mustache.
He had a funny mustache, and then he kind of had a funny voice and delivery. Like he kind of just appeared when it was his time. And I wish I could impersonate it. I didn't rewatch it, but I remember in the moment thinking, oh, this is a funny fellow. He's just a strange cat.
But they all were. I thought everyone who asked the question was odd. It was an odd night.
There was an older black gentleman I thought was going to go.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking racist.
He was the one who said very slowly, it was like, do you feel you can represent all Americans? And he was reading off a piece of paper while he said it.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he was great.
But Ken Bone's the one that became a meme.
Can I just tell you the black guy that was talking? This is what Chris wrote to me during that. He texted me during that.
That was just between you and I.
So
and that's impressive that you got that just from text.
Well, I read music. I never bring that up, but I learned to read music when I went to Julie's yard. So what happened that made America turn on Ken Bone, that lazy bone?
Okay, first off, this is the first thing that pissed everyone off. He tweets out, everyone wants to know if I've decided, and I have. Use Uber Select to help you ride in style like me.
Oh, no.
So he got some money from Uber. He says he's just getting free rides from Uber, so everyone's like, Ken Bone sold out. You suck. We hate you now. So that pissed everyone off.
He's just a regular dude. Why can't he just do his thing? Why
He's
can't
a major dude.
So that annoyed everyone.
But no one gets mad that Matthew McConaughey is selling fucking cars.
No.
Yeah, why? Why can't Ken Bone get a taste?
People raised like 20 grand for him so he could buy a new suit. Someone just randomly started a GoFundMe.
Because he ripped the seat of his pants. That's why he wasn't in his famous gray suit.
He shit those pants.
Now, people were also upset because I guess he did an AMA on Reddit. And he did not delete his prior comments. And he was on porn subreddits.
Yeah.
And writing some stuff. So they were like, that was another thing that got some scrutiny. Again, regular dude.
Yeah, he does his AMA. They go back through his account and see what he wrote in the past. 'Cause he was just an anonymous Reddit user. So this is on Jennifer Lawrence and the Fappening. This is what he posted about her.
Ugh.
Maybe she should have been more careful with her pics, but the bad guys are still the ones who sought them out and looked at them. By which I mean guys like me. I saw her butthole. I liked it.
I did not hear the literal comment. Oh, God. I saw her butthole. I liked it. That sounds like a 9-year-old wrote that.
Well, at least he didn't say pee in her butt or...
Right. I mean, it's still...
At least he didn't write that's where the poop comes from or whatever, that other one that was big for a while.
He acknowledges that it's wrong, though. He does say, I'm one of the bad guys.
And he acknowledged it before he said it. And that takes a lot.
Yeah. And then they found his comments on Trayvon Martin. He says, it doesn't have to be a one or the other view here. From when I read about the case, the shooting of Trayvon Martin was justified. So if you're on the other side, that people are pissed at him over the Trayvon Martin comments.
But none of this stuff isn't things I haven't heard people say.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like he's a regular guy who is just gonna... Why would you decide just by his goofy mustache and sweater that he was likable?
People freaked out over this dude. Then he called George Zimmerman a big old shitbird.
Oh, and here's another thing that he said, and this is weird. He was talking about a Big Brother podcast. He said, these two cuckles sure love their kitty porn.
And how many stars did he give us?
He gave you 4.
Oh.
I'll take the 4, but I want 5, people. Episode 5's out there. Go to theinterrobang.com for a new episode of Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Why do you call yourselves that? You act like you're a backup band for Janis Joplin, or you're just two guys who watch your computer too much? Are you going to be watching all weekend?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're locked into these feeds. Scott's HOH is promising to be very good.
I don't know what you mean.
Scott's HOH, he's a weirdo.
You know, baseball and football's on all weekend.
I understand.
But you don't watch that or do podcasts about that. Last night's game, was it a classic or a snooze fest? People were fighting about it today.
I think it was a classic, but neither team is going to beat the Cubs.
That's not what I asked, though. You look at one game in the world. Doesn't matter what's going. This is the problem with these sports announcers these days. They don't report the game. They report the game that hasn't been played and what they think is going to happen. Everybody lives in a fantasy world. You had a great game you could have talked about, not a game that hasn't been played yet.
I mean, I personally don't ever want to see the Nationals succeed.
Why?
Just division rival, and I don't want them to succeed before I see the Mets succeed. It's just a jealousy thing.
Here's how I root for my team, and then I root for my division, and then I root for my league. I hate people, except there's one exception, and everybody knows what that's going to be in football. I'm never rooting for the fucking Cowboys. Ever.
Don't. You can't.
I don't even root for ex-Cowboys.
Good.
I'm looking up at the battleground states. Looks like everything's going to be voted on in a month. That's my prediction. My prediction is people will vote. Some.
It's like Christmas. Can't it just be tomorrow morning? I can't wait.
I wish it was Christmas every day. So, I saw Kevin Hart was everywhere today because his movie's coming out. But I'm also seeing early things from last night. Twice as much money for the accountant.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not a stand-up movie. Yeah, everyone knows how much money they put in this. I mean, it's a fucking Netflix or HBO special. I don't care that it's on the big screen. Yeah. It's like if you went out and saw Friends on a big screen at an IMAX, right? You still saw a TV show, in my opinion.
Larger, though.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't say it was the same size. But if the weird thing is like if you take a TV show to the movies, you want all new actors to make it work properly. If they go the same actors, you're like, this is a ripoff.
This is not.
But if you see two fake Miami Vice guys flying a plane, you're like, all right, this is different.
Makes sense now.
This I'll pay for.
They're not anyone I've ever seen.
Take my money.
It's all here. How much now? 18 to get a comfortable seat? That fucking annoys me because those seats always should have been comfortable. There was no reason to put shitty seats in there.
They never cared.
I don't even like the comfortable seats as much as I like the fact that you can get up and walk down the aisle now without begging people to fucking lean back or stand up.
I have a terrible movie theater that is like my closest movie theater.
Yeah.
And it finally just got bought by someone else. And normally you would feel like, oh, I kind of feel bad. But they have this beautiful old theater. I mean, it's a really old theater that they just like let go to shit to the point that they actually had a sign out front that had to say, the rumors are not true. We do not have bed bugs.
Oh, God.
Because people stop going because it just seems so dirty in there.
If I just see the word bed bugs, even if it's no bed bugs.
The last time I was in there, the people they oversold the movie, and the people to my left had to sit on a wooden bench, and to my right was just a massive tower of recyclables that they didn't have any other place to put, that they just piled up on the seats that probably should have been sold.
Your heckle should have been, is this a movie or another Brooklyn comedy show?
God, I wish we could heckle movies.
Yeah. Oh, well, tell that to Rocky Horror. By the way, I think Fame the play is next week. There's another live event.
Oh, that Fame is going to be next? I didn't realize that.
I think it might be Fame.
Rocky Horror is coming up soon.
I don't think all that soon, though, is it? For Halloween?
Will it be in time for Halloween?
I think it's October 20th.
Okay.
Okay,
What's
so maybe
today?
that's that.
The 14th.
Maybe I'm going to see Rocky Horror then.
Next Thursday.
But there's no Fame, the thing?
I didn't see a Fame
I
live.
saw some kind of commercial, and it made it seem like there was another play. Yes.
Hairspray's coming up soon, too.
Ugh.
Maybe that's what you saw.
That doesn't exist to me.
Hairspray, the Susical, I call it.
I would never. I have never and would never.
You ever notice now, like Thursday night, what used to be must-see TV is nothing? There's just a bad football game on and nothing else.
It's a garbage dump. That's what it is, Ron.
First, it was a garbage dump.
Then you realize there's no such thing as that.
Oh, there is.
Garbage tub, oh, garbage tub. You know what? I give Chris Stanley I give him a little bit of razzing from time to time.
Oh, sure.
You know? He's my old fucking razzing bag, I like to say. But look at this, Chris. I picked up a small reporter's notebook because I come up with some ideas like Chris does. Why don't I write them down?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So, writing here in Uber, which I'm only doing because Ken Bones said was such a great idea to do.
He's great.
I came up with some ideas that we could produce TV shows together.
Really?
Yeah, I see a lot of these TV shows, and I think that our ideas are just as good.
Okay.
So this is just from Uber coming in here. Here's the first idea I had. Whose head is it? Where the contestants sit there, and we back up a celebrity, and they have to guess from the back of their head, whose head is it? Now, it might be fun, or it might be too easy. I don't know.
Affleck.
I did this other idea, blind ninja warrior, where we would have these blind ninjas, right?
Yeah.
And then we would spray stuff in the contestants' eyes so they would have a fair fight.
And who would win?
Right.
An already blind or a newly blinded person?
Right.
Okay. I like that one.
I don't know whether you guys are familiar with an old comedy show from the 1970s. Matter of fact, I don't even think you guys are familiar with the 1970s at all, but this is an idea based off that they had a show called Make Me Laugh, and people would come out, and Gary Shandling and other comedy stars of the 70s would start talking, and then that person would, try not to laugh.
Okay.
And then eventually they would give in, and we at home would laugh at that moment. Like,
good.
This one's just called Race Baiters. And hear me out here.
Okay.
Minorities come out,
Yeah.
and you have some racists just yelling as many things in their face as they want to.
All right.
And when they finally snap and hit the guy, they lose.
Okay.
Sign me up.
Now, I think it works for two reasons. One, you get to hear a lot of racist things being yelled at.
Yeah.
And then two, you get to see a racist punch.
Everyone wins.
I would watch that show. I would.
I don't want you just to watch it, guys. I want you to make it. I got to figure out whether I can get Anthony on that or is he's banned for that as well. All right, this is another idea. I don't know whether it would work. And again, these are just out of the Uber, so
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
thoughts.
I'm throwing it against the wall right now.
You're spitballing.
Well, I'm not spitballing. I'm writing ideas down. If I was spitballing and I have a whole big. Well, I'll just give you this one and see if you like. It's called Celeb Fart Jar. And you bring out a jar,
Yeah.
and people have to smell it and then guess the celebrity.
Are there any? I love the idea.
First
But
of all,
are there any additional clues, or you're just
No,
going
no, no,
off
no,
of
no. It's
what-
just
Straight fart?
that. Now, I will tell you this. It's probably only going to be Kathy Bates. Because I kind of feel like the show needs a thread. You'll get to the point where people go, is it Kathy Bates? Again, I don't know. I mean, like you came up, like maybe there should be other clues.
Right. No, I think it's a great idea.
You don't think we should have them? This one I want to do it at the Hard Rock, and I think it would be exciting. And a person comes out. It's just called "Whose Pants Am I Wearing?" And you will be wearing the pants of a famous or infamous person.
Oh, I love this.
And you'll have the pants on. You're able to look down at them, right? Excuse me, right? And then you have to say. And I think the funny part of this is not all the pants are going to fit.
Sure.
I mean, some people are going to be too fat for their pants, and some people are just going to be holding up pants with their hands.
All right. Just a quick logistical question. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
But so the person is guessing whose pants they are. Is that the person who's wearing the pants,
Yes, the
or is there
person-
a third party?
No,
person
it's whose
wearing-
pants am I wearing?
Okay.
So I don't even see a host for this. I see
Person walks
person walks out. There's no audience, and they're just wearing these pants. And they
no
have-
production.
No,
just
no.
silence.
Just a dressing
They
room.
walk out into the spotlight.
And the beauty of it is we never tell them. You know what I mean?
What?
I want to do for April Fool. They're wearing the pants they wore in. Let's see if they get it. All right, I know. Your whole generation is, and I'm talking to you over there, Vito. Your whole generation cares about this sneaker world, right?
Yeah.
Expensive sneakers, and what do you got? And then that's also that hip hop generation that slams each other pretty good. So this show would just be called "Fuck Yo Shoes," and it's people who come out and they make fun of each other's shoes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So it's like a roast.
it's like a shoe roast in a lot of ways, because it matters to them if they're wearing the wrong kind of shoes.
Sneakerheads are going to love this.
I don't know what that
A
means.
sneakerhead is a person who loves sneakers.
Okay, well, why don't we just say
That's
that?
the target demo
I
for
don't
fuck your shoes.
fuck your shoes.
Fuck your
your
shoes.
Yeah, you have to say that first.
All right.
This one I don't know would work. I'm hoping to get Subway involved.
Good.
And it's, again, these are just ideas I came up with. I don't know if they're all going to work. I mean, my big fear right now is that they greenlight all of them. And
Be overworked, man.
We are going to
we're not going to be able to come
really
through.
overwhelmed.
Yeah. But it's just called How Old is the Sandwich? And contestants bite into a sandwich.
Oh, God.
And at some point, you have to guess how old it is. I mean, is it moldy? Is the cheese hard?
Oh, and they have to take a bite. You can't just be
It's the
visual.
game, dude. Let
the
me
whole
ask you this.
point.
When you go to baseball, would you be like, they have to bat? It can't be the American League where you don't have to play in the field. I also had an idea called Fuck Yo Sandwich, but I don't think it would work as well.
Sandwich heads would love that.
It's not a thing.
Seems like a thing. This one's just called Choke for Cash, and we give people money. And we shove stuff down their mouth into their throat.
I like that because that could be kind of like a man on the street kind of show.
Yeah. Man on the street. Great idea. I don't know what happens if someone does. This one. I'm sorry, the kids are fucking doing the lawn next door. But this idea might appeal to people, and it seems familiar to me, but I hope it's not. It's called Too Much Tuna.
What's that about?
It's a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
And that there's too much tuna on it.
Like just a ridiculous amount of tuna?
Well, not really. I mean, this one I already don't even like that I wrote down. It's just called trainioke. And it's like karaoke, but you're on a train.
I like that.
But it's
I can
cool
relate.
because it's kind of, it's in right now.
The problem, but it's in because of the train accidents. I mean, I don't want to be sued. This one's interactive.
All right.
So people can be talking about it on Twitter or Snapchat or Pinterest they get, and it's celebrity bingo, and it's just different celebrities sitting there playing bingo. All right, I'm just going to put a line through that. It looks like you guys hate it. That's worse than trainioke.
I love trainioke.
And this one might be. It's just called Whose Dildo Is It Anyway?
What kind of clues are you looking for there?
Mainly taste.
Oh my God.
So what do you think? You love all these ideas or none?
I think they're all really great, but I think that your best bet is to focus on one. And my pick, I think, would be Celebrity Fart Jar.
Really?
I think that's my number one.
Vito, what about for you? And you know what, Vito? I mean, just rip it if you hate it. I mean, what I want is your brutal honesty. I'd rather hear it here than pick up a TV guide and hear the same damn thing. All right? So give it to me straight, bro.
My favorite is the sandwich one because it could work out really good for you or it could work out bad. Like you could get a good sandwich.
Oh, yeah, you could go like this, 5 minutes.
Or you could be like 5 days. So I think that's my favorite.
5 days would be on the light side of most of these sandwiches. And which one do you just really dislike, Vito? Which one don't you like?
I see there could be issues with trainioke.
Yeah, I already.
Issues.
Well, I mean, where are we getting a train at, dude? Which one did you hate?
I probably Whose Dildo Was It Anyway? It's just going to be hard to get celebrity guests.
I don't think it will be. Because remember, a lot of guys use an ass dildo.
Okay, I wasn't thinking of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The fact that you're not thinking about it makes me think that the general public might not even pick up on it, though. That's the fucking problem. You can have a great idea, but if you can't explain it fast,
Oh, I know.
like if people don't think, oh, an ass dildo's too,
Yeah.
they're not going to tune in. It'll be the next Harry.
If they don't get ass dildos on the elevator pitch, you know what I mean? That's what you need.
You came up with a different idea, though. I might try to sell to elevator companies, not just ass dildos in the elevator. So you have something to sit on while you're riding. Because for years, we've all been tired of standing.
Hate it.
All right, Chris Stanley, and this is where it's going to get rough because I know you.
Yeah.
Give me your most hated first.
Oh, I didn't like Celebrity Bingo.
It's interactive, dude.
I know, but I think the bingo part hurts it.
Well, but wouldn't you like to just say like a hashtag? It'd be like 066 would be hashtagging that
Yeah.
thing because everybody's going for it.
I mean,
And
like
then
that
just
part.
when you hit bingo, everyone's bingo, 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 bingo.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched people play bingo?
I've never
'Cause
watched it.
It's more fun than playing.
I got to check some out. Then maybe I'll understand.
And I'm going
it.
to tell you something else. I'm going back to the old put a piece of corn on it. You know what I mean? I'm going old school with the bingo. Not these markers that you just splotch on there. Okay, Chris, your favorite.
Fuck your shoes.
Wow.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one could be pretty edgy, you know?
You know, I feel like nobody brought it up, but I also want to throw in the mix whose pants am I wearing?
Well, that one, if I can't partner up with Johnny, I don't even know if I want to play. I mean, it seems insane to play it without him. Do you like the idea of no host and no audience?
I do. That's part of
no prize, nothing.
You know what? It's going to stand out. That's what I like about it.
That's what I'm trying to do, is stand out with some of these ideas. But all because I saw Chris with a little notebook, I was able to look at this. These are all ideas I would have forgotten on my ride in.
Yeah. Now you have a little notebook.
Now I got like $50-60 million a year in ideas here.
It's a TV empire. It really is what's in there.
Well, not just straight TV. It could go CISO. It could be this Hulu that I saw Big J sell yesterday. Netflix is paying $40 million for 2 Chris Rocks. If that's true, what are they going to play for Whose Pants Is This anyway?
No, just that goes to show you spend a little money on buying yourself a notebook and look at how much money that notebook's going to make you.
So you're saying spend money to make money.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Because I've always said for years, spend money to spend money. That's my favorite thing to do. And make it rain.
Ball out.
Ew. What?
It's a Trump world we live in right now.
Like be a baller.
Oh, gotcha.
Hold on, potential partner online now as we speak. Johnny?
I am ready to get as many pants as we need for this.
Yes! Yes! Do you know how much running around and asking celebrities that saves me?
I got pants from all kinds of people. I got big pants, little pants, leather pants, denim pants. You got them for the show.
Now, if we do the denims, do we have to say whose jeans are these anyway? Are jeans pants?
Yeah, you could see. Yeah, they're all under the pants umbrella.
There's a pants umbrella?
Mm-hmm.
That's really confusing.
I could see if I could find a pants umbrella in the collection. I don't know if we have.
Johnny, you're something else, buddy.
I am actually. I am kind of partial though to celebrity fart jar.
Me too. I mean that one really grabbed me.
Do you think I'm wrong? We just have Kathy Bates do it every week.
Well, you want her in the kind of center square, kind of position.
I see.
Yeah. So you definitely want her as a thread.
So the way you're thinking about this, we watch them fart into the jar.
I did that a lot.
Well, the audience sees it, of course. Yeah, the audience sees the celebrity fart.
Oh, there'll be an audience for this show.
Yeah, that's what I think needs an audience.
I just felt like if the other show comes out first, no one will expect to see an audience again.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
We could try one of these shows on Thanksgiving.
I would not mind that being the night we premiered Whose Pants Am I Wearing? Now, it'll have to be an hour after the show's over because I don't want an audience there. No clues, no host, nothing. I almost want the person to be coming out of an ether fucking fog and they're just wearing different pants. Maybe they don't even know they're on the show. They're trapped in a dungeon wearing somebody's pants.
Hello? Whose pants am I wearing?
Shut up. This is the game.
All right, Johnny.
You're in.
Okay,
Whose
buddy.
pants am I wearing?
Whose pants am I wearing could be really, really big. I mean, let me tell you something, guys. If this thing works out, it's easy street for the Bennington Show from this point on. We say fuck you to this audience and it's straight to the beach. You know, let the money come Shark Tanking in. I love it. Oh, and by the way, we get rid of Vito.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is great.
What?
I wanted to be a part of this journey.
I didn't know that you're still sitting there. Forget everything I said, Vito. You two remember it, though.
Oh, I remember that.
I'll never
I'm gonna
forget.
write that down
So
in
you
my
two-
notebook.
Let's see, what's yours look like? Oh, mine's just like
It's
little
nice.
green
Guess
one.
what? All of us have green notebooks.
What?
Mine is green
That's
too.
fucking weird.
Dude, are you ready to start calling this show the Green Notebook Show?
I'm down.
That's really weird.
Where's your Green Notebook, Vito?
This makes sense now that he's not with the show.
Notebook.
Notebook.
I take it you can't find my...
They're looking for them. I know. As soon as I saw that.
That's okay.
It's
Don't
not
worry about
them.
it. I'll just fucking be like Thurston Howell. Not that he ever even did this, but... You know what? Now I know what it is to be blind. I laughed at a man for having no shoes until I saw a man with no feet, and then I laughed even harder.
I guess he didn't have any shoes either.
No, just stumps at the end of his ankles. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me like what happened to the old O&A show today on HuffPo. They put up an old bit of Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah.
being misogynistic along with Opie, Anthony, and Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's going to cost them the election now.
I think it could.
Are y'all proud of yourselves, O&A guys? You cost Trump the election. And I'll tell you something else. And I wrote this in the HuffPo comment section.
Oh.
I go, those three should be broken up, doing 3 separate shows.
Well, that makes sense then.
I heard a rumor that Jimmy's out and X-Pac is in.
Really?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
This morning.
The drama that surrounds them.
Now Clinton's telling people she was stalked during the debate by Trump.
She was on Ellen saying, I felt weirded out by that guy.
Did you see Chris Stanley trumping me today with
he was a
hovering
creep.
right
He was a
behind my
fucking
back?
creep.
I'm not a creep.
He was trying to lean his penis on your butt.
No. I
You
was
know what?
not.
And
Chris, that's what you're doing?
No!
Chris goes to me, he goes, you know who you really get on a hard on? Obama. And I go, what are you talking about? And so he says that Obama was filmed with a hard on. And then I went to JennySnopes.com and found out it wasn't true.
Well, they said it's not proven. It's not proven is what they're saying.
It's undocumented.
They're saying there's a video there and basically saying you can't tell whether or not there is a hard on.
I saw the pic. I don't think that that's a definitive.
Ill-fitting pants.
Yeah.
I thought I saw an erection. I'm going to be honest. Always looking.
Hey, Tom, in New York.
Hey, Bennington.
Yeah.
Listen, you're talking about the Green Notebook Show. I think you ought to use that theme song, The Green Hornet by Al Hurd.
Well, it's one of the great songs of all time. And you know what I'm stunned about? I don't think I remember that Al Hurt did this.
Yes, he did.
Well, I'm sure that you're right, sir. This is what I'm saying. You can't tell me that I don't have that I haven't forgotten things.
I apologize.
But Al Hurt, I mean, I'm sure you guys don't know who he is, right?
No.
He's a big fat guy who played a New Orleans trumpet. And for some reason, I think he played a lot at the Super Bowls. Like people would just bring out, instead of the big Super Bowl thing that you sing today, like, here's a fat guy from New Orleans to keep you fucking happy for the next 10 minutes. Yeah. But play this song. This song is one of the great songs of all time.
Oh, yeah. Tarantino used that in, I think it was in...
Green Hornet?
No. Kill Bill.
Doesn't it sound just like a Green Hornet coming after someone?
It does.
And that would have been halftime at the Super Bowl. Oh my God, look at this. We got a big PR guy who wants to get the word out there. The Johnny Go Go. Johnny
What's up,
Go
buddies?
Go. Everybody. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I have really terrible news.
Oh no.
Although I'll be really I would be honored to help you guys from a PR standpoint. I have to overrule Johnny Hard Rock on the pants.
What is that?
from a Hard Rock standpoint and a liability standpoint, we can't let your sweaty crew, and I've seen them sweat personally, we can't see them handling the pants, and if we rip Jim Morrison's pants or Lady Gaga's pants, we're in big trouble.
But don't act like Jim Morrison didn't sweat into those pants.
Thank you.
Yeah, but there's a difference between Jim Morrison's sweat and Vito's sweat.
Okay, that hurts.
So I have to overrule Johnny from a corporate standpoint. Hard Rock will not allow you guys to use the pants.
I am always happy to see who's the boss of Johnny. Always.
Well, someone's got to keep him in
Interesting,
line.
if anything.
I'm gonna give you a movie quote too, okay, Johnny?
Yep.
Why so serious? Yeah,
Someone's got to take care of business, and it's clearly not Johnny.
okay.
Whoa.
All right. If he's fired, he's fired. There's nothing I can do about it.
Happens.
He's gone.
If
He's
not for this
Johnny.
little fucking green
Nope.
notebook, my friend would still be working.
Thank God for
Good
these
day,
green
Bennington.
notebooks.
Thank God.
Okay, now Vito's showing that he has a green notebook
He
too.
went out and bought it.
You piece of garbage.
I just want to be part of the crew.
Hey, Vito, I'm hearing a rumor that you do a pretty wicked impression of Marcus Hook, the intern, the star intern. Have you done it for him, or
No, I've never done
so
that.
he's going to see it? He and I will see it the first time together. All right.
So Marcus Hook comes in most mornings and he's like, "You guys need anything? Can I get you something?" And that's my impression.
All right. That set up a new idea for a show I have called Impressions of People You Don't Know.
Well, it's 90% physical is the problem with that.
Oh, no.
impression.
It's everything about it works. I mean, he turned into Marcus Hook.
Yeah.
It's just that no one else will know it. Big J is coming up, and we're giving out some big prizes. Vito he's giving away everything. But Big J needs a song that will, when he sings it, blow up a huge arena of people. And if we like your idea and you're in the running, you're going to go into the pretty good prize closet and you will win one of the pretty good prizes.
This is so exciting. I cannot wait to share my pick with him because I'm feeling very confident about it.
Yesterday, I was confident in my pick. I still think it would kill, but I thought of one coming in today that may be better.
So you might switch your pick.
Well, my original pick would, be an old classic rock song.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this, it doesn't have to be old to be classic. And I got one from this millennium.
Wow.
Really?
One
Modern day?
Can I tell you something? Well, 15 years or 13 years, that's still modern day. I think Gail would hate this. I think Chris would hate. I know Chris would.
Okay.
Because he made fun of it once.
Do you think I would hate it?
Yeah. It comes from a genre of music that you're not
Okay.
happy with. More of a trunk side of the.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just say it's not a trunk that you would normally take something out of.
Cryptic, but I think I'm following you.
Boy, I'll tell you, my producers don't have new fresh eyeballs. And I'll tell you right now, I think if Big J kills this, he'll end up on Comedy Central singing.
Easily.
Because this show, the pilot ran on Comedy Central, and from what my inside sources tell me, it's been picked up for series.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So this could be a massive bump for Jay.
I would even use the word career changer,
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to pick the right one.
Yeah. Maybe the kind of career changer the Big Brother and the holding company turned out to be for these two cucks.
Those are just rumors. I want everyone to go to theinterrobang.com and click on the podcasts link at the top of the page.
Thank you very much, Chris. Do you talk that way on the show?
Check it out.
You fucking
We've got a
pukey prick.
We've got a great podcast for you guys.
Why get caught selling? Why not just make it sound like it's real instead of pretending you're a radio guy? Which, quite frankly, you're not, Chris.
It's true.
So why do it?
I just try to enunciate so I don't slur my words.
My idea is more like Big Bother. That's what I'm going to start saying. Big Brother. More like big bother.
It's a big bother. I see a lot of people calling it Big Cuckold and the Cucking Company.
Well, that's a good name for it. Do you want to change it?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Before we invest money into shirts and onesies. We got to do onesies for their actual fucking audience. Did you notice yesterday that Leeds came up to me like 10 times and said, sorry for Squeeze being late?
Yeah, he came up to me as well.
Not a problem.
No apologies needed for Squeeze.
No apologies.
Okay.
Anyone see Squeeze? No apologies. They were fun though, right?
Yeah, they were a blast. I thought they sounded so great, and they were really cool guys.
Kathleen from the Bronx was happy to hear him. And then I was going to go, it's Philly.com has put out that they're going to do a cheesesteak festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Philly, and expecting all these people showing up. And I'm like, do people in Philly have trouble getting cheesesteaks where they need a festival?
We need a cheesesteak festival. New York needs a fucking cheesesteak festival.
Now, I'm going to put that in the little green book.
Okay.
That's the fucking best idea ever. That should be a traveling idea. They could come up here, what is it, 99 miles from Philly to New York?
It is, in fact.
And we put this thing. You just slug it away, huh, Slugger?
Thirsty.
I know you are. You know why?
What's
you
that?
sweat it out so much during the show.
I know.
Well, that's dark.
Well, it's 52 degrees is a high today. Do you know it was a little
it was
chillier, like 6 degrees chillier? New Corey Feldman video was up, and he says it's going to be like Kiss. He's going to be like Kiss, he says, and not give in to the haters. Basically reminding Kiss that a lot of people hate them. Just play a little bit of it, because I know Gail is a big Corey Feldman fan.
Huge.
But lately, he's been in the headlines for his music career and a performance he did right here on Today just a few weeks ago. Corey and his band performed his latest single, Go For It, and the segment instantly went viral. No exaggeration. They're being tweeted, shared, and written about endlessly online. It's even become the year's most watched Today.com video.
Wow, that's a shocker, huh?
Corey is back in our studio to talk about the reaction to his performance.
Okay, what's he wearing?
Song for us from his new double CD, Angelic to the Core. Hey, Corey, good to see you.
Hello, and thank you so much for all the love and support. We love you.
Thank you. Of course. Listen, you know, we were reading some of these tweets, and they bordered on just awful.
Insanity?
The worst. Insanity.
Yeah.
But what people didn't know, you were hearing from a lot of people. Pink.
Yeah, Pink, Kesha, Miley Cyrus, Paris Jackson. They
Michael
all reached
Jackson's
out.
daughter reached out to you.
Yes, and she was lovely. Lovely young girl.
When did you realize that it was all noise and you needed to be true to you?
You know what? A friend of mine who actually helped, he's an investor of mine, his name is Brian McMullen, and he was on the phone with me. I was all depressed and I was crying, and he said, think of it this way. When Kiss first started, when Eminem first started, when Nirvana first started, they all got hate. People were turning them off at the radio stations. People were walking off the dance floor at the clubs because it
let's
didn't
stop
make
that for a
sense to
second.
them.
But not because they stunk. Let's just get to the music. I don't know what he's wearing. It looks like it's one of those things where you just finished the marathon and they give you that fucking silver thing to wear.
Yeah.
A heat blanket.
Thank you, a heat blanket. All right, let's play it. Here's his Angels.
Staring out the window, caught inside a dream. Ignorance is blissful, feeling quite serene. 'Cause I choose to ignore the suffering abroad. Doesn't mean it's not happening, just means I turned it off. If I can stop all the pain of the lives that are being lost, and I pray we refrain from winning at any cost. We need peace right now. We need love somehow. World is
All right, stop it for a second. I'm trying to use Twitter for the first time. At Corey Feldman, you suck. Worse than Kiss.
No.
Go back to crying, bitch. Is that how you troll somebody? I never know.
I think
I never trolled
that's
anybody
it. But I
before.
would never troll Corey. I will love Corey forever.
The only people that I would ever troll is goats. I would
Right.
not let them over the bridge. I just hope one of those billy goats doesn't end up just ramming me.
Now, yesterday when we were talking about a celebrity that needs a second chance, a resurgence, I have always felt that way about Corey Feldman. And before the other Corey passed away, I had imagined, what if you could write a really great film for the two of them and then like do what Quentin Tarantino did for
Just lick girls' feet. So what did you say? You would write something so good, like a buddy movie, like
Yeah.
a buddy cop movie.
no, like something just like not
Like an
fluffy.
adventure?
Yeah, like a really good role. And then you
like
could
a
see
drama? Like There Will Be Blood starring the two Coreys?
Yeah. Something like that.
I feel like I don't want to waste a script on that.
But
I'd rather give them something like, like, oh, you're the good cop. I'm the bad cop. Oh, we like the same girl. Fuck, wait, this is good. I'm going to write this down.
put that in the notebook.
Green Notebook.
But
And at the end, you find out there is no girl, and they've just been making out with each other, and they're both dead.
But I'll love Corey forever.
This Corey?
Yeah.
Was he your favorite?
He
More
was
than
my
you?
favorite of the
That's
two.
odd.
Well, he was a Frog Brother. He was Teddy Duchamp.
But didn't most people like the cuter Corey better?
Most people liked the cuter Corey, but I thought he was the
Because of
weirder.
his mangled ear?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? His old man is crazy down in Tokus.
It's a loony up in Tokus. I'll rip off your head and shake down your neck.
He was amazing as a little kid.
He was
He had
so
a
good.
fucking meltdown like I never saw.
I have actually a Teddy Duchamp magnet on my fridge because I love that character.
I didn't know
so
they
much.
made those.
Also, don't forget his great work in License to Drive.
What about License to Ill? Was he in that?
Don't think so, but he was in Dream a Little Dream.
People are asking, do they only get to submit one Big J song when they call, or can they suggest more than that? I'm going to say one per call.
One per call.
Because you have to believe it.
Yeah.
Because
I've picked one. I've put all my eggs in one basket. I'm so confident about my pick.
like, I don't want somebody to say anything by the Rolling Stones. You got to pick not just the perfect Rolling Stones song, but the perfect Rolling Stones song of a Big J.
Yes. Not just a song you would want to perform. Because
Right.
believe me, I had to go through some of those and go, oh, is that something I would want to do? I've got to think about Big J. His abilities, his strengths.
Right. I mean, he doesn't hit a lot of notes. So the notes he hits have to be perfection. I just had another idea here, and it ties in with what we're doing.
Okay.
Is it Celebrity Fart Jar was your favorite, right?
Yeah. That was my favorite.
Would the theme song be for that would be Take These Broken Wings?
Yeah.
But we change it to Take This Broken Wind.
Right. Take this
Broken wind
and
take
learn to
a
fart again.
inside a jar. Now sniff, because you're on a show where you guess the broken wind in the jar. I don't really know the rest of it, but it's fucking something is there.
Yeah. That's
Something that could change our lives. You know?
I think that's a very powerful intro.
Here's the other idea that I had. When we go in to pitch this at an NBC, an ABC, a CISO, we all wear matching tuxes. Why? Class. Let them know.
Mm-hmm.
We get a big white stretch limo. We drive it right in the lobby. We get out. I'll look at my watch. So I'll paint my watch gold. And I'll go, you got 5 minutes. I take this fucking $1 million idea somewhere else. And you spend the rest of your life wanting.
I love the idea of the matching tuxes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Mashing tuxes. You know, imagine if we get some fucking big celebrities. We get a Hillary Clinton to fart in the jar.
Oh my God.
And then we hold that jar until she's made president. And they're just fucking whiffing. And they're like, that smells like the most successful woman in the history of the world.
You think that's how people guess? They're like, okay, I know this is female.
Yeah, yeah.
I know this is somebody who's like not so healthy.
Oh, yeah, you got to think, well, yeah, but you smell like this. Beets. And then you got to think it's got to be somebody that's from California, you know, thinking about eating the right way. But you're like, garlic? Got to be one of the Sopranos. Or maybe a Joe Pesci? I don't know if it'll work. The fucking fact of the matter is, if it does work, we'll be lighting money up that night. The initial contract they give us, we're lighting it on fire. That's how much money is going to come in. That the original money, we burn up in front of them.
Yeah.
Who needs it?
Not
to
us.
light our cigars. Our celebratory cigars.
And you know what? I'll bust one of the celebrity fucking jars open. Just make a big... So we're waiting for Big J's. He's at 1 o'clock, but he's never on time, right?
He's never been on time.
So I don't want to start the contest too early.
No.
Not without Jay. Let's go over here to here's Eric in Kentucky. Eric, what's up?
Hey, we all know that Big J is pretty much the most talented man on the entire planet, and we can't forget that when we pick his song. This guy's vocal range is probably a lot more than most people give him credit for.
Yeah,
he
definitely
can hit the notes, he can hit the highs, he can hit the lows, and we all know what he's bringing with stage presence. So we got to keep this in mind. This guy is a real talent.
Off the top of your head, are you thinking even a genre of music before you make your decision? Because I'm thinking opera suddenly.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
That might be a little challenging for him.
It might be a little challenging for the audience, but not for him. There is that famous opera song that the blind guy does at everything these days. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know the name. I think it's
Yeah.
called Ba-da-da. Or it might even be Da-da-da. But this fucker is as blind as a bat. And he steps on that stage and sings like a sighted person. It's amazing. And I went to one of his shows and I was just screaming out, I know you see! You have to be able to see! You grabbing this song?
Yeah, I believe this is the song.
Yeah, it should be called Ba-da-da.
Andrea Bocelli.
Whatever. Sounds like a whole different language. Blind language, I guess.
I didn't know they had. Is that an international language?
Is it called Time to Say Goodbye?
This song is not called that.
Then you have the wrong song.
Okay.
He told you ba-da-da.
I'll tell you, when it comes to the odds for this guy, that guy get it. I don't want to see the guy walking in. Somebody helping him. Get to the fucking hook, dude. I'm like him. I don't have time to kill.
He said that into the mic. He's fucking shit. Like, you know we can hear you, right?
God, you stink of producing.
It's just fucking...
He's just
Vito is just dying over there, laughing at a guy that should be his superior.
Yeah, this is
it.
ba-da-da.
Imagine Jay doing this. Blind as a fucking bat. Just recently, we take an ice pick to his eyes. There's the ba-da-da part. Who's this bitch?
He duets it. Every video I find, he's duetting it.
You know he's not.
Get to the
Somebody's just walked out and singing before him. Who's this supposed to be? Christine singing this part?
Oh, I think she could pull this off, though.
Oh, Chris.
Chris, where's the butter?
He's wearing a scarf because he thinks he's outside. You know, he does an English version.
Time to say goodbye.
Just think Big J's doing this.
Adesso si rivivrò con te, partirò.
Beautiful.
Su navi per mari, che io lo so.
With the skanks and bonfire,
Con te io
why don't we break here? When we get back, it's Big J Okerson. Your chance to win. Vito, tell them what they're going to win.
Well, we got a bunch of prizes.
Yes, tell them what they're going to win like you did yesterday.
They can win Hitmaker by Tommy Mottola, The Band signed by Robbie Robertson, Destroyer signed by Paul Stanley, Doors Unhinged signed by John Densmore, and Just Kids signed by Patti Smith.
844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Call in and you could win one of those great prizes. 844 Rock God. Just give us a song that is going to blow the roof off when our own Big J Okerson sings on the goddamn Comedy Jam. 844 Rock God. Call in and win. Bennington.
Let Bennington know how you feel. Call 844-ROCK-GOD on Raw Dog 99, Sirius XM's Comedy Club.
Okerson is here.
Yay! Oh, it's so nice to be back.
And it's been a long time. I remember when you just had one color hair.
Remember?
It looked good.
Thank you.
Let me take a look at it, because...
it's morning, so keep that in mind. This is not done. This is
well,
all...
first of all, it looks fantastic.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It does. It looks like Blink 182.
Yeah. Well, they're back on tour.
They are back on tour. And we saw them, and they came in with all different color hair the other day.
They did.
Did they come in here?
Yeah. Well, they didn't do our show, but they did a town hall where they answered questions about their career.
That's so weird since they're missing a member and it's only a 3-piece.
Well, what are you going to do?
It's a duo now.
It's kind of weird to ask, new members of a band historic questions about a band.
Yeah. But, the band is the brand that they sell now. Like you guys don't own the name Bonfire. Someday there'll be two other guys that are calling themselves the Bonfire. Yeah. Or it'll be Soda and some other guy. Hey, you're listening to the Bonfire.
We're ever still called the Bonfire of Big J and Dan Soder, and it's just a different guy?
Well, we're bringing you in first to talk about the goddamn Comedy Jam. That's November 5th at the Gramercy Theater, because you're looking for a rock anthem.
I am. I am indeed.
Now, were you a little jealous of Roy Wood Jr. when he did Taking Care of Business?
Nope. Not at all. I said when I picked Baker Street, in my speech, it was the most selfless act in goddamn Comedy Jam history. I wanted Jeremiah Watkins to have his moment to play that saxophone. No one features him enough.
Well, he normally, during the show, he's running around trying to get other people to jump up and stuff.
But he plays the sax.
He does play.
And why was that wasted?
It was somewhat of a small sax, too, I noticed.
It is a very small sax.
With a big sound.
Yeah, big sound. And then the lead guitar is not a guitar at all. What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, he plays like an electric violin.
Yeah.
But he was a mate when he was on that balcony starting Sweet Child of Mine.
Forget about it. That was fucking explosive.
I didn't know you could do that on an electric violin.
And it sounded exactly like the record.
crushing.
And we almost fell out of the balcony. We were so fucking freaked out. We were like, he's up here! Oh my God, just like us!
He's one of us.
Yeah, that was a highlight. But we need a big sound because this time you're going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this show's gotten picked up by Comedy Central.
Yeah.
And God damn it,
Serious
if
now.
you do the right rock anthem, not only will you be on there, but you might even get somebody from the band to come out.
Oh yeah, it's very possible. I think I got one in my head that's pretty great, but I want to turn this over to the people.
You now just tell me this before you even say anything. Are you thinking classic many years ago or a new classic?
What did we go many years ago?
Like 60s or 70s when we say classic?
No.
Not even in the 80s?
80s.
Okay, 80s. Gail, you had an 80s song as well.
Yes.
Does Chris know it before? Because I want to get in to the people, but I don't want us to lose ours.
I have informed Chris what the song is.
Okay.
So
just, Chris, you start to play the riff. Let's just picture is Big J doing the song. This was the one I knew you were going to pick. This is the fucking greatest song.
For fuck the callers. This is the song that was in my head. On my life.
Yes! I knew it!
It's
I
so
knew
great.
it. I felt so all morning. I'm so confident about
On my life. This song's got it all. It's got a great sing-along. It's got a fist pump. It's got it's got two slow breakdowns in it.
Yes.
That I think I can handle. I'm thinking about maybe doing a rock star where I kind of get down in a squat to really talk the talky parts.
I love it. Crank it up a little bit, Chris.
No.
Bring hell from above in the midnight hour. More.
You know what I'm nervous about? I'm nervous about these parts here when he goes, wow!
No,
I'm worried about those.
That was perfect.
That was really good.
Okay,
That was
all right.
perfect.
Then I'm in. Do you know what I've been in love with this song to karaoke it since? Do you remember that real shitty show, Rockstar Supernova, that went nowhere? That guy, though, Lucas Rossi, the guy who won, who I've done a couple of those heavy metal cruise ships with, he's all of 5'2", and a slight little thing. But you can see it on YouTube. He did Rebel Yell. That was his first song he came out to ever, and did a kind of an abridged version of it. But I thought it just looked so fun to sing that song, and I've always wanted to do that with a live band.
Dude,
too.
this is, I think, the perfect song.
I think it's it.
And it's so you. And I will be honest, me and my boyfriend were brainstorming about this.
This made me nervous.
And we're having an intimate night. And I said, wait, this tune. No. He said that when he was in high school, he was in Wildwood.
Mm-hmm.
And
sure.
then,
Of
like,
course.
you know, on the boardwalk, you
Squirting
could like
girls with super soakers.
you can record, like, you could record your own track, and then they would give you like a tape.
Yes.
Him and his friends all did this, and he did Rebel Yell, and I was like, it's perfect.
Did he play it for you?
No, he
Oh,
does.
too bad.
His
There's
friend
a,
has all these tapes.
There's a lunatic who roams my block. I've known this guy for 15, 16 years, if not more now. He used to hang out. He always believes he's in an organization he's not in. So when the Boston Comedy Club was open on West 3rd Street, he believed he worked at the fire station next door. And he just kind of always hung out with the comics who were floating around outside, especially the open mic guys. Now he believes he works at the police station across the street from my house, and he just wanders back and forth. I gave him 2 shitty Eagles jerseys that I had that I never wear.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I guess I'll take them. He exclusively wears those jerseys every day. It's very weird having a guy come to have weird, and he always starts off, he comes over, he's got a very, my impression of him is going to sound a lot like Rich Voss, because it sort of is. But he comes over and he goes, question for you. And it's always just like some goofy, he's from Philly.
Yeah.
I'm going to Philly. He's always got tickets to a game. If I want to go, let him know, because he has tickets. He always says he's going. When I see him the day of the game, it's always I had food poisoning yesterday. I couldn't go to the game. He lives in a dream world. He came to me and Joe DeRose. Me and Joe DeRose it was a prized possession for us, and then we lost it somewhere along the way. But me and DeRose, when we lived together, we were heading home one day, and he goes, I want you to hear my band's music. I go, oh, by all means, please, let us hear this. He gives us a cassette tape. And he still claims his band exists, by the way. He told me that he just got back from Toronto the other day. When I've seen him every day, But he told me he just played a gig in Toronto. Him and his
That's
band.
a rock town. That is a rock town.
It is a rock town. I always like to hit him with those things. So I go to Toronto a lot. When you there next? And I would just say I'm going to be there. He goes, I got to check. I don't know. It might be sold out already. But he goes, you got to hear me and my brother's band. Like, he's a sick guitarist. I'm the lead singer. I go, great, let us hear it. So he gives us the cassette tape, and when me and Joe are driving home, we pop it in. It's clearly one of those boardwalk things. It's Panama by Van Halen. It's definitely the music of Van Halen. His brother is a sick guitarist because it's Eddie Van Halen.
He might be Alex Van Halen.
And he's,
for all you know.
and he's, slow adult singing it. And the best part of it we always loved was how he was off time. The breakdown of that song. It goes, ease down between my legs and ease the seat back. Vroom. And then he does like, I'm buying teeth. And that build up, he goes, ain't no stopping now. And then you hear, Michael Anthony and goes, Panama. And he comes in just like 2 seconds later, goes, Panama. Wham. And that was our favorite thing in the world.
Dude, you got to bring him in sometime.
Oh, I would absolutely bring him in.
Yeah.
He would just tell. It's going to be Philly stories out the ass of all the asses he's kicked. He tells us he's a married man with 2 twin children, but he just roams the streets.
So that's 4 twins?
Yeah, 2 twin children.
All right, some of these folks, they've got ideas for you. Even though we've got to knock this off to win.
It would have to be something else.
It'd have to be amazing. So, Chris, are you giving me a number, or I'm going to any one of these lines?
You can go to any one you want.
Okay, he's amazingly fast. Doug, what do you got, buddy?
Well, I was thinking Black Betty by Ram Jam.
Now, are you familiar with this song?
Yeah, it doesn't really showcase my awesome, my range of singing voice.
Which is
very
great.
well.
So, yeah, we're waiting to hear it, Vito.
All right.
This part would kill, though.
I have yeah.
I mean, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think it could be really fun.
Sure, it would be fun.
It'd be cool, too.
If I was doing 3 songs, it'd be one of them.
And if you came out on a jet ski. I mean, if you could just ride through the arena on a jet ski.
Wave runner?
Yeah.
You also don't have to worry too much about learning a lot of lyrics.
No, and very few songs point out the race of the woman that they're talking about. So I like that. Like, I can immediately picture what she looks like.
Yeah. Lamb, lamb,
You want to hear bad, uncomfortable racial news about an old song you love? Christine, I'm going to mess the story up to some degree, but she knows somebody whose mom was one of the Lou Reed, color girls go do. Not Color Girl at all.
Well, the thing was, that was the way that he wrote it. So his idea, when he says, and the color girl goes, that was actually written stage direction. It wasn't a lyric. So he wrote down, and then the color girls go, and what he wanted was the black backup singers to sing that, and then he ended up putting that part into the thing. But that wasn't an original lyric.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. Hang around, everybody. I'll tell you all kinds of Lou Reed stuff.
How heroined up was he to not realize that they weren't colored girls?
Well, I don't think that he saw them before he wrote the lyric.
Oh.
I think his idea. But I would love to meet the woman who did
I
that.
think
She's
you do.
still around?
My friend's mom.
Yeah.
And she just started talking about it, like, now that, he passed, but I can text her.
Just bring her in one day and I will worship her because it's fucking do. I'd rather do that than sing the lead of anything.
Oh, yeah. I always wanted to be a backup girl. Like, I thought they had, like, the most fun gig.
Ikettes were the best of all time.
Yeah.
Did you watch that documentary?
Rockumentary.
Yes.
How dare I in this Rocktober?
It is Rocktober.
Yeah.
Or Jocktober.
Depends on if you rock or jock.
Yeah, for those about to rock. Oh, speaking of which, I'm sure plenty of AC/DC people out there. Here's Devin in Minnesota. Devin.
Hey, that's what I was picking for those about to rock, AC/DC.
AC/DC has about 17 songs you could easily crush a room with.
Now, as a smoker, though, if you think I'm going to even possibly be able to nail that, I mean, I'm going to cough in the middle of the song a bunch.
Right. That's fucking plenty, though. What you're doing is in the pocket. Because it's not like he's got a great voice.
It's the Jim Brewer world.
Yeah, that is.
That's a Jim Brewer world. You know what song I oddly can nail.
What's that?
All Night Long, Lionel Richie. I thought about that one, but it's a sing along fun one.
Yeah.
But I want to rock the
Yeah,
crowd.
you do want to rock.
But if you did All Night Long, that would be amazing. You definitely want to do some kind of song about partying.
Yes.
Because, and I get a feeling you'll be able to go on later at night if you have a big anthem that the Comedy Jam guys will be like, oh, this is more like an end of the night.
Yeah.
Tear the roof off for this mother.
Oh, I think.
Do you know who else is in the show yet?
I don't. No idea.
I'm a little concerned. Do you think it's people that are going to be here for the comedy festival?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'll be all comics from the comedy festival, and it's last year they closed it with Bill Burr on drums,
right,
doing Paradise City.
Smart idea, though.
It is
Yeah.
a smart idea. Play to your strengths.
Yeah, play to your strengths. And here's Bill Burr. For him, since he actually drums,
Yeah.
this is like, well, fuck, I'd rather do this than anything else, you know? It's like someone saying to a fisherman, hey, you want to go out on my boat? Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
My dream was always frontman dreams.
You never had a drummer dream?
I had a drummer dream in just knowing how to play the drums.
Yeah.
But
But
when
you
I
wanted to be a
execute in a band, I want to be a frontman. And not a Phil Collins, Don Henley type
You want to
drum
fucking
sing.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah,
Because that's always awkward looking.
and it's also I don't know how they do it. It looks like the hardest thing in the world.
I think
I don't-
playing any instrument and singing seems like a bizarre thing. It's like that's the patting your head and rubbing your belly of music. I can't pull it off.
Me, you can't do it. All right, here's Craig Madison. What's up?
Hey, Big J.
Yo.
Listen, you need an upbeat song that's a crowd pleaser with a big refrain. I'm going with Surrender, Cheap Trick.
First of all, I love the Casey Kasem build-up. Here's the problem with that. Some girl just did it in the special.
Natasha. And brought out Rick Nielsen
Yeah.
to do it with her.
Which was exciting.
Bizarre, I'd say more.
Yeah.
It takes too much focus off of the actual person, the comic
Yeah.
winner thing. But some comics would be nervous enough to kind of want that thing to be taken away. It would, if you would ask me 10 years ago if I can get in front of a live band and sing a song to a crowd, I just said no. There's no way I can do it. I would just panic and sing really low and be. My first karaoke song ever, I whiffed so hard. I went and did a real shitty show somewhere out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, at a bar. They offered me some money to come play, and then they go, you could stay here too at the place, and I was like, great. It was a bedroom above the bar. It was like on like a prison bed. It was weird. The window was stuck open. It was winter. It was freezing. It was like it was horrible. But before I went up to get away from the people because I was embarrassed in my karaoke, what I sang for them was Baby Please Don't Go by Chicago. So if they're trying to go so low, so I don't have to go too high on my baby, please don't go.
How did it do? Did it do well?
No. People, they started with me and then just broke back into like bar conversations. Because I whispered the whole song. He goes so high in that.
All right, Chris Stanley, I want you to go to your pick now.
You got
And,
balls to try to go Peter Cetera.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, this is from.
How dare I?
You got to speak up, son. This is what we're trying to rock here.
He's like Delilah. He's like, I can take this one's going out to
We don't want
Craig
to do that.
in Yaden, PA.
Cab drivers love Delilah. I found that
I
out.
love Delilah.
The Hey There, Delilah?
No, this
Oh,
is
the Delilah.
This is from the late 60s. It's a rock anthem. I think it makes perfect sense for Jay.
Fogerty?
Well, yeah, Little John Fogerty.
I actually just sang this on stage and fucking with the crowd at the Comedy Cellar last week.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think some guy said about his dad being in Vietnam. Just sang this song. This is in every Vietnam movie ever.
It really is. And a lot of the Trump people seem like they're going to be hurt by this.
I know.
You know,
Chris
the
was
whole
prepared for
nine
this pitch, too, because he wore his Rambo shirt.
That's a Rambo shirt.
Or are you complaining that you hadn't had a chance to do your laundry again?
You look like Quarry.
All right.
It's a great song.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just like, I'm not sure
yeah.
it plays to his sensibilities.
Yeah,
as
I don't
much.
see Big J as being political, you know? All right, let's go over. Well, let me go back to the crowd before I. But you're going to be next, Vito. You're going to be up on this. And I'm a little concerned that no one's going to knock this off.
One of my favorites bands of all time is The Doors. Problem is their songs 2 minutes or 17 minutes.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to be a part of either of those.
I think
things.
I think you want to do the end. Just mother.
I want to fuck you, baby.
Oh, not baby.
Fuck the mother, kill the father.
You're all a bunch of sheep.
You're all a bunch of fucking sheep. I want to see some action out there.
Hey, Garth,
And
you've
do a
got
20-minute
Then I have to have, Ron, you can come on stage and hand me a sheep on stage.
these things are getting weirder.
Yeah, Chris, you come out naked, all painted up, and we'll go through the audience.
Did you hear the accident outside? I said, did you hear the accident? 20 minutes into it.
That's why I'm just going to open with an American prayer. Is everybody in? The ceremony is about to begin.
All right, now here's Garth. He thinks he's got the song. Go ahead, Garth.
What's up, Jay?
Yeah.
Hey, Garth.
Hey, man, well, that kind of shoots my idea out of the water. I was thinking Wild Child by The Doors.
No one will know it.
Yeah, no one's going to
Yeah.
know it. I mean, it's a B cup on a B album. It's just.
You don't want to go deep tracks on this.
That's always the problem with that.
I mean, let's face it. You want to do Roadhouse Blues if you're going to do the Doors.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one. Or
Break on Through is too short.
yeah, or L.A. Woman if you're. But save that for when you go to L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking personality-wise, Wild Child, you know.
Yeah,
But not an anthem.
I'd like him to do Love
Later.
Street.
He lives on Love Street.
I guess I like it fine. So far.
Oh, I love my girl. We can always.
Girl, yeah.
What's the soft parade? We can always whip the horse's eyes and make them bleed
and cry.
and cry.
My favorite part of that. This is the best part of the trip. The part of the trip I really like. What did he say? That was an acid. That was an acid band for us when I was younger.
I could do Me So Horny and have Christine come suck me off on stage.
That's a crowd pleaser.
Why Christine? Why not Louis J. Gomez?
I could always have Louis J. Gomez come suck me off on stage.
You don't
Really get the crowd into it.
You don't even need a show.
Oh, no.
Banned in the USA.
Like, here's one of our jokes again. Oh, me so horny.
Here's one of our jokes. Hey, remember our jokes?
Yeah, let's do one of our jokes where you blow me.
We have kids. Me and Louis both have kids.
Here's, let's go to Greg in Georgia.
Hey, Ronnie B.
Hey, man.
$1 million, baby. Hey, song that has always worked for me at karaoke, and I really think Big J could pull it off. It fits him great. The crowd will love it. Just a gigolo.
Just a
By the way, I can do the hummalabibla zibbla bibla hummalabibla zibbla ba.
You're preaching the choir, dude.
That's good.
Yeah, I can nail that
At
part.
first I wasn't sure, but when I just heard that.
But now we're in a place where Jay actually has more range than the original singer.
Throw them all at me.
He could do things with that. If I was going to do any David Lee Roth, I'd say Just Like Paradise, though, because that's a big crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Yankee
you know?
Rose.
Yankee
That's a
Rose
great
is
one,
another
too.
one, but his ass was out in that one.
It's
You're going to have
true.
to do the same thing.
I will. Just doing flying karate kicks with my ass out. If you think I can't, you don't know me.
All right. Let's go to Jeff, Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill should have something for you, Jay.
He's got it. Cinderella.
Yes. Philadelphia's own.
Darby.
What do you say, buddies?
Hey.
Jay, you're a sexy son of a bitch. I want to hear you sing In Excess, Devil Inside. You can pull it off.
Ooh, I really like that pick.
Little hard rock meets dance kind of disco.
It's the only song by NXS I ever liked.
You've hated the rest?
Did not enjoy NXS at all. No, wasn't sad when he jerked himself off to death.
Wow, that's
Why?
a shocker because,
Didn't
everybody
hit
in
me.
Australia was crushed.
Me and Hutchins weren't really, we weren't eye to eye.
Yeah.
I was more of a Depeche Moder.
Okay.
I didn't know we had to pick sides.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to pick sides.
I was cool with both of them.
No, impossible.
Dude, you know how many strippers I've seen destroy with Personal Jesus.
Of course.
So
And Marilyn Manson brought it back nice.
yeah, Marilyn Manson seemed like he wasn't true to the song, if I'm going to be totally honest.
He nailed it. He nailed that song.
I thought it was right up there with every cover that he had, where I go, oh, let's go listen to the original.
It's pretty much just the original, but like if somebody was like trying this like table saw another piece of metal, that's what's always happening in the background.
All right, let's go now to Vito, who really wants to be part of this.
Oh, he's got this. He's going to do me a standard.
So, this song is one of my favorite sing-alongs, and I think it'll crush.
You would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Just stop it. Take it down.
Cut ties of all the lines.
We're trying to kill.
Me and Louis J. Gomez have sang this together in a car before, though. It's one of our bonding.
Well,
early
everyone
bonding
is going to sing along with this song, but that doesn't make it a rock anthem.
No.
But I have been at several parties where, for some reason, this ends up towards the end of the night going on, and everyone starts
See, here's the thing.
screaming.
I see everybody singing Piano Man.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do that at the big fucking
That's
show.
right. Here's the thing with it. You get one shot.
Yeah.
If you're at a karaoke place,
Right.
I would sing almost every one of these songs that have come out because you have a bunch of shots at it. But I got one shot to really make the stamp. And so far, I think it's Rebel Yell.
Well, it is. I just worry sometimes
Now,
that.
if Gail wins this contest, is it an inside job? Are we calling that?
Yeah, she ends up winning the Patti Smith signed book.
Yes!
I don't know yet. I don't know if you just want to go with your first idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if they would have done that, we would have sent a man to Saturn instead of the moon, and we would have fucked up bad. You might be overshooting this with Billy Idol. Or there's even other Billy Idol songs.
I've been known to commit to an idea way early.
No, I know you are.
I pitched a show years ago called Fuck Yo Shoes.
Oh, no.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And I've been, what? Why, is that coming back around?
Yes.
Is it still bouncing around Hollywood?
Yes.
No.
All right, I want to just go with fuck you socks then.
That's different.
Not the same.
That's different.
No.
Just rework the pitch.
John in Jersey, what do you got, buddy?
How you doing? Warren Zevon, Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
Not enough people know it.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to get the crowd on your
But the
side.
problem, it's a great song. You got to remember. You got to remember what people are coming out to this are looking for. And if you go too deep, like I said, it's gonna like, you're going to lose the crowd.
Like, would he do well in this room? Sure. We would
Yeah,
all
we'd
have
go
a great
crazy.
time with it. But you
I would
want
do a
to.
Warren Zevon full tribute concert in here for that. Excitable Boy.
Isn't that the one you hate? No, you hate the Halloween song.
Werewolves of London.
I don't know why.
You hate Werewolves of London?
That's just silly. Now you're just being a jerk. You're like one of those guys like, oh, I like the popular one.
Don't you always
That's a
see?
great song.
Don't you always see when Tom Cruise? That's always the hair was perfect. That's my favorite part.
All right, that's going to be mine. It's a little. It's too young to be called classic rock. Too underplayed on the radio to be called
a hit.
A hit, and yet I feel like everyone knows it. Is it more of a risk than what you guys have come up with? Absolutely.
Okay.
But anyone who does cocaine loves this song. Let's go.
Great. I love this song, but I don't know if I can nail it.
You could do
You're
that.
a better fucking singer than this
You
dude.
are. You're better than Bud
By the way,
Berry.
did one of those rock boats with this guy.
Yeah.
He is, I don't know how old he is, but he is still 114 pounds.
He's 114 pounds, but the shirt is off the whole time.
The whole time. And I guess I think I'm not even sure if he still loves the cocaine or not.
Well, I don't think you ever quit the mafia. You know what I mean? Once you're in, you're in.
You're never out.
Yeah, you're never out.
I bought this album for this song. Remember when they stopped doing singles and you had to buy the whole album to hear the one song?
I would go crazy if somebody did
I would
this
too.
up.
Hell yeah.
No, I remember one night I put it up for a playlist that we were doing, and you hated it.
What?
Do you remember that? On 57th Street.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. We almost came to blows over this. And he called it cheesy.
Why? Because of the on the nose lyrics?
Yeah, they are on the nose. I wish he said something that was a metaphor for
I love the cocaine. Literally cocaine.
That part's embarrassing.
What's the song you think that's going to make Chris Stanley come to me after the show and touch heads with me and go, every man wants to be you and every woman wants to be with you?
I want to have that moment.
So do I. So bad.
Yeah. Plus, the band will love playing this.
They would love playing this.
Yeah.
But also, again, Rebel Yell, 2 solos.
Yeah. Rebel Yell's amazing.
It's the perfect length. I've toiled over this.
But listen to this part. This is so much fun.
Tell me how you fucking high.
People like that.
They love the F word.
We're all going to scream it along.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a good one, but no book for me. Vito, do you know this in your fucking easy listening world you live in?
No, this doesn't come up on the Pop 2K for me.
I've even thought about it maybe, I don't want to take anyone's idea, but I thought maybe like a more human than human, Rob Zombie.
That's a fun one to sing, yeah.
But it's not a sing-along.
Well, what is the other Rob Zombie?
Dragula's his most sing-along one.
What's the witch? She's got like a...
Living Dead Girl?
Yeah, that would fucking do it up for you, I think.
Living Dead Girl's a fun, like, bounce around.
All right, I got one that's going to drive Gail crazy.
Okay.
I'm now blowing off the listeners, so we can...
They want the prizes.
I thought about, you know what weird one I thought about? Stepping Out, Joe Jackson.
Wow.
Africa Toto, but I can't hit that chorus. Impossible.
I mean...
Can't hit the chorus, though.
Dude.
You going to come up there with me and do the... Are you do the guy who looked like my dad and goes, "Gonna take a lot to take me away"?
It's not easy for anyone to hit those
impossible.
notes. Because I've thought about it myself.
And you also
in
can't stay on
karaoke,
key.
because it's like my
you
favorite
can't stay
song.
on key going too low.
I know,
on
that's
that.
the trouble with that song. Because I've thought about it for karaoke. It goes so low and so high, you don't know which place to commit
But I
to.
know every word to it. Sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
I know every lyric, even though I might get some of them wrong.
Some of them wrong. You know your version of it.
Well, this was one of my favorite songs that I was caught at a party saying the wrong lyric, screaming the wrong lyric, which I thought it was. I guess it rains down in Africa. Like, I guess it does. It might.
I used to think it's
like
I miss. It's I bless.
I bless. And that's why I stand by it, because that's such a dumb lyric anyway.
Well,
like,
sure as rises
bless.
like Olympus above the Serengeti.
I co-wrote that song with those boys, and I feel bad about it. All right, here's one. Again, I think the place would blow up. It's not quite the classic hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you love it, though. Let's rip it.
If a 3-year-old could do it.
Yeah. Little Monster Mag.
And you're dressed pimped up for it, too.
Yeah.
Space Lord.
Actually, this might really fucking rock the room, because you get to do this as a solo, and then everybody jumps in with you.
And swallow those pills.
This is actually a pretty great one.
Then everybody stays low during that.
Space Lord, mother.
This was one of the funniest videos of all time.
Oh yeah, and he's riding around with the bass player from Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
That's the whole video.
And they just acted like they were in fucking late 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
Video. It was fucking hilarious.
I saw them in concert before. Pretty good band.
On a boat?
Nope. Opening for Marilyn Manson, actually. They took the place when, do you remember in the late 90s, I think it was, when Hole and Marilyn Manson were out? And they just hated each other immediately. But Manson was more popular, so he kicked them off and brought on Monster Magnet.
All right, here's Dave in Columbus. What do you got, buddy?
Well, I like Thunderstruck, because when they leave, they're going to wonder what hit them at his show.
Well, the thing about Thunderstruck...
I can smoke 2 cigarettes before I sing.
The band will be very excited for this part.
How would you do this if there was people in cages?
You need cage girls for sure, no matter what you do.
I wish I could actually just go above and beyond everybody else and bring out dancing girls.
Why not? Who's stopping you?
Yeah, let's get that. Let's put that out to the callers.
We have turned this into
dancing girls?
a competition whether or not they want it to be.
Like the last minute of the song, there's just 15 topless girls who just come out and join the
Let's make them have to put me last.
No, in the middle.
Ruin it for the next one.
Follow smoke, bitches.
The next guy's doing like Tears of a Clown. Guys, move a little Smokey Robinson for you.
All right, we're still at the original song that you guys both thought of at the same time, though, right?
Space Lord was almost shook me. So here's the thing. It turns out I can be shaken.
Oh, interesting.
Because Space Lord shook me a little bit.
All right.
But I'm thinking of where it goes. And I think, here's another big thing you have to consider with songs. This can't be a song that's got a fade out at the end. That's the worst.
Yeah, you don't want to.
And the thing about, and you can see this in that Rockstar Supernova guy's performance of Rebel Yell. At the end, it just goes that all the music drops out. You just hear that in the original like keyboard part. You can drop the mic. You could do a Jesus pose.
Yeah.
There's so much you could do.
I like the Jesus pose.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to do a Jesus pose.
Can we get it?
So keep that in mind when you're picking your songs out there, America.
We want to end.
I got to end it a Jesus pose.
Do we have the budget for an actual cross, though? That's what I'd like to see.
Dude,
Can I be erected on a cross?
If we just all come walking out, we just put the cross up, like we put him down on the ground, and then we're lifting it, and he's there, and I'm like, if your mom would come and she's crying, and she's next to Christine, and both of you are just crying in front of her, place will go nuts.
Or I could do like a prayer, make out with a black guy. I could.
Okay, that's perfect.
I could. There's so many ways to play this now.
Is Luis J. Gomez black enough?
No.
We'll have to get.
Can we? I'll do Schools Out and then get beheaded. Can we get a whole guillotine thing? Can somebody make a prosthetic of my head?
That's not a bad idea, you know. And then before that, he did the hanging, which was fucking frightening.
Now listen, all we gotta do is learn some barroom magic.
I actually screamed at a Cooper show one time. I think he actually hung himself. No, I'm not fucking around. That man's dead.
Sydney, you do professional wrestling when you were younger? You're like, no, I know it's fake normally, but there's sometimes things can go wrong and you can really mess up. He's always in danger of actually being hung.
Here is ADP in Canada, or 10 ADP.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Is that your name?
Well, that's you might know me from Twitter. I've been on there before.
No, I don't tweet.
Twitter. All right, from your blog then.
I'm on Pinterest.
That's right. A couple of years ago, there's a music festival. One of the bands shows up and they go, "Oh man, all our instruments were destroyed in a rainstorm last night." So they decided to go ahead and do a DJ set. 12,000 people. They're out there with a computer, and they brought down the house by pushing the button and playing Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer." 12,000 people singing along.
They do like
with Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to the recording of it.
Wait, was it Bon Jovi whose instruments got destroyed?
No, yeah. No, it was somebody else's.
Oh,
and then they just played
said,
Living.
let's just DJ and sing along.
Yeah.
Yeah, Living on a Prayer. This again, the second every chorus, I'm going to fall apart. You can always turn that over to the audience, though.
Right.
You throw the mic out.
This is too effeminate for me. Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I feel this is a song that I'm going to try to do one that a girl couldn't do.
Right.
All right, smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
And a girl can go up and sing this song.
Easily. Yeah. You're right.
Mike in Canada, what do you got, buddy?
Yeah, hey, I want to see Big J lay down some of that beautiful Philadelphia-style David Bowie with Fame. Make him the thick white Duke.
I'm gonna give you a little hint here. First of all, that song was the one that they recorded in New York City instead. And yeah, I think it's too soon to do any Bowie or Prince.
Yeah,
because
I like to think of being the fat white Duke is funny.
Yeah,
but you get that out of there, my feelings become less hurt, and then how did I just hurt myself? My own feelings. I was like, well, make the joke before they can. That was my self-defense mechanism all through school.
The problem with this
I'm
song
fat,
is...
right, guys? I'm gonna get out of here.
The problem with this song is it's a fun song to dance to, But is this a fun song for the crowd to sing with you? No.
Not a fun song for me to sing either, I'd say. If I'm going Bowie, I'd gotta go Moon Age Daydream, and then nobody wants to sing on. Not enough people
I will
know
sing.
it.
I will sing on that with you.
Not
I'll be in the
enough
crowd fucking going crazy. What are you doing? Running around trying to find that? I'm an alligator.
Chris, do you want to do Bowie and Jagger dance in the streets with me? We can almost kiss the entire time.
Is that on the table? Oh, I
Just
didn't,
like Eskimo kissing the entire song.
I didn't realize this. Do you know that Chris had his feelings hurt when he did your show?
When?
When he did the Skank show?
Why would your feelings be hurt?
You know, you never introduced me on the show. You never actually said Chris Stanley, and then you just brought in Mickey Gall. And then Louis J. Gomez lost his mind over Gall for 2 hours.
Louis was very goosed up about that. If that actually happened, I am super apologetic about that. We talked to you about, and you got to watch Louis get beat up twice.
He got to
But yes,
watch
if I
it.
made that mistake, I am super apologetic. I always get so excited when Chris is going to do the show.
He came back, and I go, how did the show go? And he goes, I didn't get to talk, and they didn't introduce me.
You definitely talked.
Barely.
We asked you about fight. Well, a lot of us ended up not talking because Louis was getting beat up by a man.
Is your beef with Louis, or was it with all the guys?
Well, Jay was the one who was going to introduce me, and then Mickey Gall came in, and I was just pushed aside. So I was with all the Skags. But Jay apologized, so that's very nice.
I very much apologize.
Look, you ignored him. It's fine.
I can't lose another member of the show.
This
I love the show. I love the show too much. My sincerest of apologies.
That's nice.
You're just coming in here cutting off piece by piece by piece.
How do I get Gail to turn? Africa by Toto. Only assholes like that song.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't. That's stupidity of me. In defense, but now when we do Legion of Skanks, it is my going into my 5th and 6th hour of broadcasting that day, and I am delirious.
That's too much.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but I am very,
Still,
very
you
sorry
introduced
about
your
that.
guest you have on the show.
I am.
I didn't introduce Jay when he came in. Did you notice that?
You didn't?
I didn't even say Jay was here. No. I did it on purpose to see if Chris would feel better about it.
So we're even then.
Not
We're
crying
square.
about it, but you know.
I'm making a big deal. I will say this: you get season 2 of What's Your Fucking Deal.
Yeah.
Now, when's that start?
We start taping the last day of the New York Comedy Festival, November 6th, Sunday, November 6th.
2 days before the election.
Yes. No. 2 days after it.
Wait, November 6th?
Yeah, isn't November 4th?
November
No,
8th.
I thought it was actually.
It's November 8th.
It's
Tuesday, November 8th.
I'm not a voter. Okay, so then we'll be doing it during
the election.
Because we're going the 6th through the 10th and 2 shows a night. What we mixed up this year is there's going to be a different person in the audience microphone.
Oh, that's exciting.
Every show is going to have a different audience mic now, so that's going to be a lot of
Who
fun.
are some of the people doing that?
Well, it was a good excuse to be able to bring people back from last year. So I think some of the confirms are Dan Soder, Andy Kindler.
Love. I saw him do it up there, and it was very, very funny in Montreal.
Yeah. Bonnie
crazy
McFarlane.
Love her. She kills it.
Rich Voss, Louis J. Gomez,
He's
Dan Soder, if I said him already, and Will Sylvans is going to be doing it also. So we have we were able to bring back people. We're trying to get Bert Kreischer. That'd be amazing if we can get him to do it. But Ari Shafir, we're trying to make work out. So it's going to be great. And then it's going to be all new comics from last year on stage.
I hear that Ari's show got picked up for a 4th season too by
It's
Comedy
insane.
Central.
Yeah, that show
It's
was
really,
rolling.
really great.
I'm on this season that just premiered last night, which was a great premiere. Sal Volcano's first solo comedy performance on TV. It was great.
Sal's great, man. That night that you brought him in to do the gig with us.
Yeah,
Comedy 101. Yeah.
Yes, he was so fucking funny. Here's the other thing about Sal. He's also great in the room.
Uh-huh.
Like, he makes everybody else, you know what I mean? Like, he lights up everybody else's thing, and he's like just really funny that way. But we all fell in love with him. We were crazy about him.
He's one of those guys you'll meet. He's like genuine goodness.
Yeah, he really
like a real
is.
person.
Yeah, but he's like, he's just like a very positive, very pleasant person.
He
Major
seems like
dude.
he's a major dude.
He's a major dude.
He seems like he didn't know that he's in show business. You know what I mean? Like he just seems like a nice Italian guy from Staten Island.
It really is, and it's a mind blow for him because it happened for them overnight. But I mean, when we go places or we hang out, even if he just comes like, he's like a very like, I just want to come watch the show at the cellar or the stand,
right?
And like it bothers him that they like he gets like hawked by people, and he feels bad. When he went to the Oddball tour, it really bums him out because he comes to as a fan, he wants to watch the show, and his friends are on stage, and he wants to like enjoy it, and he's had people kind of get nasty with him, or he's just kind of like, hey guys, I don't want to distract from the show. And if you take one picture, a line for him, she's like, when the show's over, though, I'll be around, I'll take pictures and whatever with you, but. Well, he's got to put the hat on and put the head down.
He has a show that's never off TV. It's like a 24-hour-a-day thing. All right, let's break here. Chris, who are we going to be talking to with Big J?
We're going to be talking to the Josh Adam Myers, the creator of Goddamn Comedy Jam.
All right, so we are going to tell him we're leaning towards one song, but we're not done yet.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Yeah. And you're...
I did tell him, though, tell the band to learn Rebel Yell.
You already got that into him. And then, Gail, did you know...
No, I swear to God.
Gail, if you're using...
We had no secret
Gail,
conversation.
if you're trying to do this to make us look bad...
No,
Gail,
we had no conversation about this.
You know what? Then you don't mind me going through your notebook.
No,
go through the green notebook.
Give me my green notebook. No,
I can't do this, Gail. We had a long talk about this.
God damn it, I know it! Son of a bitch!
There is no boyfriend. There was no conversation.
He's lying.
The whole thing's a conspiracy.
I thought of you. I thought to think in your mind.
It was a good one, and so she nailed it. I'm telling you. But I told him to learn that. But there is time for the band to learn a different song.
You know what I've been going through my head though? Thunder. Thunder. I think that's going to blow up whether you
got
do it
Vito
or
rocking in the room.
It's time for you to listen to another tune.
You can cut ties with all the lies.
So far, Jay was going to say something about Chris, but we don't have time before we go to commercial.
No,
so.
Chris Stanley, my favorite.
Right back, and we'll take more of your calls. Bennington.
Let Bennington know how you feel. Call 844-ROCK-GOD on Raw Dog 99, Sirius XM's Comedy Club.
Back to Bennington. We've had Big J Okerson in here with us all morning because Big J at the New York Comedy Festival is back with the Goddamn Comedy Jam. That's Saturday, November 5th. At the Gramercy Theater in New York City, a great, fun theater to be working. And Jay's done comedy for years and has never cared about it the way you do this gig. This is everything
I
to you.
really love this show. Yeah. It's moments that Josh Adam Myers figured something out in putting the show together, which you told it. We had a cool conversation. I kind of overheard you guys have a conversation in the Montreal Festival when you spoke to him, where you're like, it's right. It's like it's the only opportunity I've ever had to live that part of the onstage fantasy.
Here's what happened in Montreal. I went there because you kept asking me to go, and it was important to you that I go.
I knew you'd love it.
And I said to the guys, we all went over together, I go, we're going to watch Jay, and then we're going to get out of there. But as fun as it was to watch you, we still would have had a fun night even if you weren't in the show.
Absolutely.
And by the time Roy Wood Jr. came out, we were out of our minds.
Yeah.
We were out of our minds. It was such a fun, great live show and such a joyful show. I was shocked by it.
Christine, it's so funny. Christine respects and loves you so much
I didn't know that.
she wants you to be, surprise. It's not, you couldn't tell by the way she treats you.
No.
But when you guys went up, they put you up in the kind of balcony area, and she was like, she was watching you as much as she was watching the show to make sure. She goes, is he enjoying himself? That she filmed like a prideful mother when you guys were just, he'll be taking care of business.
Yeah,
she
we went out of our minds.
He's loving it.
We went out of our minds.
She goes, we were right. He did love it.
It was so great.
It was one of the biggest highlights of that festival. It was the perfect way to end because that was our last night in Montreal.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like our last hurrah, and it was so much fun.
Then we all saw each other the next morning like rock stars, all busted up in the airport. Like, hey, what do you guys?
Everybody was hurting the next day. We got Josh Adam Myers on the phone. He's the genius behind this.
He is.
The goddamn comedy jam happening Saturday, November 5th at the Gramercy Theater in New York City. Let's say hello to Josh. He's on what, line 10, Chris?
10, line 10.
Okay. Josh, how are you, buddy?
Good. Rafferty.
Rafferty.
Yeah.
Rafferty. That was the greatest moment in, like Jay, when you, to the listeners out there, first of all, what's up, everybody? Ron, how you doing, buddy?
Great.
When, like, Jeremiah, who's the character on our show, Moshpit, who plays sax, when we still talk about that moment as, like, the most selfless moment in Comedy Jam history, where Jay gave up his songs for our sax player to shine. And it was, still to this day, that video is one of my favorite things I've ever watched in my life.
Well, you know
what's a smile on everybody's face.
You know what's funny about that song and that sax solo is you don't even
What's that?
realize how ingrained that is in our DNA, in our souls.
I told everyone before I said, I go, when the sax solo starts playing, you'll go, oh yeah, I do know that song.
Well, because nobody knew. That's the funny thing is, when you said, Jay, when you're like, so I'm going to do Baker Street by Rafferty, everybody's like, what the hell is that song? And the second it builds up and then he drops it,
Yeah, it was
the
great.
look on everybody's face was pure joy.
Yeah, it was really, really
still
fun.
to this day, one of the best. Still one of the best.
I hope this time you pick right down the line. You just keep your Rafferty thing
keep
going.
going right- some Steelers wheel.
Doing one of the obscure B-sides from Rafferty that no one will know.
Who told us that they were on the road with Jerry Rafferty, though? It was some comic. Oh, the Scottish genius. Billy
Connolly.
Billy Connolly was on the road with them, and he says Rafferty is a genius. He
It's funny. He has to be a genius because he couldn't look less rock star and perform less rock star
Yeah.
if possible.
That was the last time that you could look lumpy and be a rock star. Once video came along, forget it.
Just
You're
wearing
out.
a shirt, wearing a $10 polo shirt from Bradley's.
It's him and Christopher Cross are just the ugliest rock stars of all time.
So, Josh, we heard that this got picked up, too, by Comedy Central.
It did.
That's amazing.
It did. The announcement just came a couple days ago. We got 8 episodes going to air probably in February. I mean, with everything working out properly, it should be February, but we're going to be shooting early January. So couldn't be more excited. It's we had to drop "Goddamn" from the title so people in the Midwest didn't get upset. But it's going to be great, man. The network's behind it, and I'm super proud and grateful to be working with them.
Well, the pilot that you guys shot, I was amazed to see that rock and hip hop stars are ready to come out and do this like this too. That was unbelievable.
And what's cooler is now, like, the second that aired, I started getting calls from various agents, like, my client wants to do this, he can get this rock star, and it's just, that's what's so cool about it, because this was something that, when we started doing it, that Burr had mentioned to me. He was like, dude, you're going to get real rock stars to do this, and I was like, we'll see what happens. And organically, that is kind of what's happened without even having to look for it. Like at the live show at the Roxy, we've had Dave Kushner from Velvet Revolver and John Theodore and John Mayer show up. And with the TV show, I mean, it's not something we're going out saying this person can do this song with Coolio or with, RZA from Wu-Tang or, with Slash. It's just, they actually want to do it now. And so it's a real beautiful thing, man. I'm still in shock that it's even gotten this far.
Well, what is amazing and what, I picked up on immediately is that the players are incredible. First of all, you got these great players, but they're watching amateurs sing and changing to make that person look good. It's phenomenal. It's very difficult to pull off, and it was flawless all night.
What's good about the band is these are dudes that I've been playing with. I've known them since I moved to Los Angeles. Some of the most talented musicians I've known. And the thing with them and myself was that, like, I like to, when I'm doing songs, I'll, like, bring it down and I'll do changes in it, and they just have to follow me. So for the last, 9 years, they've just always been on high alert in every song. So when it almost just makes it easier for someone. I don't know if you caught Judd Apatow when he did it in Montreal, like halfway through the song, he did "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen, and he lost his place. And the band is just hanging on this one note, waiting for him to come back.
That's
And
amazing.
like he remembered the lyric, and he goes, "Oh, I remember it. Ready, 2, 3," and then went right into it. And that's just so they're so focused on making sure everybody looks good, knowing that these guys, are working the writers' room at the Daily Show. You know what I mean? They know that these guys aren't pros, so they've got more than enough practice with me to make sure nobody messes up.
I watched them do that with Mary Lynn Rajskub when she did I Want to Know What Love Is.
Yeah.
And
That
she
was
like,
fantastic.
and yeah, they just hung on a part and like they waited for her, and whenever she was ready to hit that next line, like they went with
Well,
it.
she
It's
started
pretty
to roll
amazing.
around on the floor and have some fun, and then her timing got screwed up. But it was flawless. The guys that tour with Dylan have to watch his fingers the entire time. Like they don't get a break either. This is known. But I'm so happy for you guys that Comedy Central is picking this up, because it's a really unique thing, and it's a really unique thing to see live. I hope that you toured everywhere in the country.
We've done this summer. We did like most of the major festivals, like Bonnaroo, Bumbershoot, Outside Lands, and a bunch of comedy festivals. And I think this year we're gonna go back to a lot of those, and it's gonna keep branching off and not just do like comedy festivals, but I think we're gonna take it more overseas as well. Because I think this will be like this show would play so great in like England.
Right.
Because they love comedy, they love music, they love seeing their performers do something different. And I think in general, like this is what is so cool about it. It's because, like when we see Jay on stage, doing his thing, doing stand up, like you're so confident, you're so, you're a rock star comedian. And then to see you become vulnerable to tell the story and then jump into a song, which you annihilate. But for the most part, that's you really doing something so outside of your box that you're used to. The audience loves that, man, and they really just don't care. I mean, we've had people completely, blow us away. We've also had people just not, just really just eat shit, but at least they commit. They commit, and because they're having fun, the audience just doesn't care, and it's just so contagious that it's just super cool, man. And it's I'm really excited for some of the performers we've got coming up that have been reaching out. So I think it's only going to get more interesting as we go along.
I think what also works about that is that almost every performer is personally attached to a song, and people don't talk about that like they used to. Like people used to talk about music could change the world, but it's true. People have songs that they hold in their life that maybe kept them going. You know what I mean? Maybe kept them from stepping off a bridge, but we don't talk about it anymore, the way people used to.
For Vito, it's The Jumper by Third Eye Blind.
He loves those guys.
We actually just saw them in. That's like one of those bands, Third Eye Blind, that I was like, God, whatever happened to them? And then we played Bumbershoot with them, and they put on like one of the best live shows I've ever seen. I was like, God, I mean, they still rock.
The goddamn Comedy Jam is happening Saturday, November 5th at the Gramercy Theater. Go to nycomedyfestival.com. Josh, you don't say who the acts are in advance, though, right?
We're building the lineup right now. I've been so busy with pre-production because we jumped into that about a month ago. We've known about the show for a month, so we've been working on that, and I've got some other projects that I'm working on here. So we've definitely, I can announce we've got Mr. Big J Okerson,
sweet,
doing another Jerry Rafferty. We got Big J. We've got our all-star that one of the guys who's done the show, more than anybody is Mateo Lane. When we're in New York, we got to work with Mateo. And we've got two big headliners we're going to announce in the next week. That's going to be great, man. And we had such a good time at Gramercy in New York. The reception was terrific last year. I think it's going to be even bigger this year, and we're going to blow it out of the water. So if you're in New York, man, just come down. And Ron, I hope you're there backstage.
Yeah, we're going to be hanging out, definitely.
Dude, I'm getting a bunch of ketamine. We're all just going to get so.
That sounds perfect for me. Seriously,
talking your language.
Well, yeah, one last weekend. It works like that.
I can also announce that the Josh and Avery and Jeremiah, I believe, from the Goddamn Comedy Jam, are going to be performing on the Crowd Work What's Your Fucking Deal show.
Nice.
That's really
Yeah,
November
man.
6th, which is very exciting.
Yeah, we're so excited about that. We had a blast doing that in Montreal.
They did it in Montreal, and they blew. I mean, they were so awesome and unique, and that's one of the biggest gets for me this year.
All right, man.
It's
We'll
gonna
talk
be
to you
it's
soon.
gonna
We'll
be
see you
blessed.
in New York.
Please, guys, thank you so
Oh,
much.
wait,
I'll
one
talk
more
to you
thing.
soon.
I just found this out.
Yeah.
Is our intern claims he went to, what did they do together, Vito?
They went to camp together.
Two. Wait. Is it Mark? Wait, what's the guy's name?
You're close. We have a similar sounding voice, some people say. We also went to Hebrew school together.
Oh, dude, don't even tell me we went to Hebrew school together. Dude, no, wait, I can't think of your name for the life of me.
People have been mixing us up
I
around
know,
Montgomery County.
dude. Your mom's British.
My mom is a British
Right?
Jewish mother, and we have keep going. You got the first syllable right.
It's oh my God, dude. I know who you are. You're on the tip of my tongue, dude. We don't look anything alike. We don't sound alike.
And by the way, there was someone in our Hebrew school class who had the same first name as me that you were close with. His last name was Berg. That's your last hint, brother.
You're Marcus Hillman.
Damn right I am. Also known as Marcus Hook around these parts.
Oh my God, dude! Look at him, guys. Can you see him right now? Does he look anything like me? He's
Not at all. I don't think so. Not at all.
Thank you.
We just sounded alike and acted alike in school, so people thought we were alike, even when we weren't in the same place.
That is so ridiculous. That was like the weirdest. Like this is like the weirdest Maury Povich show. It's like, oh,
Anyway, he had your baby, so you have responsibilities now.
All right, Josh, man. We'll see you in New York, buddy.
For sure, guys. Thanks so much.
Take it easy.
Later.
That's hilarious.
That was such an aggressive.
Yeah.
This is your life.
Brother.
And fucking Josh was
It's the
going
last
like,
time I'm gonna say it,
we
shithead."
look nothing alike. We don't sound alike. Our lives have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, we went to Hebrew school together, but who gives a shit?
So that's the wave that's coming in to do the show. Is that what you were talking about? Your show?
No, not the wave.
Yeah.
The Negro wave from the they did that also.
Yeah.
No, but the goddamn Comedy Jam guys are actually going to come in.
Isn't one of the Comedy Jam
Jeremiah,
guys in
the
wave?
saxophone player,
So crazy.
is also in the
It's
wave.
also in the wave.
Yeah,
yeah, he's
everywhere.
He is everywhere. That is absolutely true. Jeremiah is great. He's but no, this is going to be the actual goddamn Comedy Jam. So they do musical crowd work. They did it at Montreal. It was awesome.
Dude, I want to just show up and see that.
It's great. Is that up? They're performing on Sunday, the last night of the New York Comedy Festival, and one of the two episodes we're taping that night.
Damn,
Sunday
okay.
the 6th.
You're gonna keep me busy. There's too much stuff going on at this. Here is let's go to Steve in Massachusetts. Hey, Steve.
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. I was thinking, how about Love in Vain by the Rolling Stones?
I don't know if you're gonna do something by the Stones. You'd probably want to do like Satisfaction or Jumping
Yeah,
Jack
something
Flash.
like everyone's gonna sing along to.
Sympathy for the Devil. Have the whole crowd
Yeah.
doing the woot woot.
Well, I got time wait no one.
Yeah, this is not gonna work for you.
No.
If I was doing Stones, I would do Angie.
No.
Beautiful.
You know what'd be great is just bring Marcus out with you and say that, hey, everybody.
This is the real Josh Adam Myers.
Does he fucking look anything like me, guys? Tell the fucking truth. Nothing, right?
Last clue, fuckface.
I know. Where did that come from?
That's right, brother.
Marcus, you got to eat with him?
And another thing, brother.
Cutting a promo on it.
Josh definitely fucked his Hebrew school girlfriend.
What was that aggressive thing all about?
Hey man, I've known that guy for years. People have always mixed us up, right?
But he's saying no.
You don't think we look anything alike?
You got to bring your music down. You got to ride that back down so it makes sense, Vito. You're in what? Radio, right?
What about it?
Now, he seemed like he wanted no part of you guys looking alike.
Because he was always angry at people. We also worked at the same place at separate times.
Right.
He was always angry at people when they were like, "Oh, you remind me of this guy Marcus," and I was always like, "You're about to tell me I remind you of this guy Josh, right?" So I think it got to a point where he was like, why does everybody keep telling me I look like this dude and act like this dude?
Now, so you never hung out with him, right?
No, we hung out. We went to the same day camp for a couple of years.
But what were you, 8 when you were in the day camp?
8, 9. I'd say we knew each
that
other.
isn't hanging out. That's playing. Like if someone from when I was 8 or 9
trying to scam pussy together.
Yeah, so yeah,
It's a couple bros hanging out.
You think was he the one who was aggressive, or was I aggressive, or both of us?
I felt like you were both a little aggressive, but you got real.
Well, he said Mark. I was like, you don't know Marcus? Come on, dude. Just add the kiss.
But see, that's the thing. He doesn't, I got a feeling that only one of you was sitting at the pool table, if I had to guess.
We were both getting kicked out of class a lot. That's the truth.
Yeah.
We had a shtick going. Like,
is this at 8 or 9 or 15 or 16?
No, I'd say we were together. We didn't go to the same high school. We went to the same Hebrew school. So we were together twice a week from like 8, 9 until 13 when everyone sells out. And
so even after all these years, it still annoys him.
Yeah, it seems like they were like they went right back to it. Like
Who
it was
knocked
just-
the barrettes off your yarmulke?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, I think it got to the point where everyone was like, why do these people keep confusing us? Are we really that much alike? And I think we kind of influenced each other's shtick a little bit.
I don't think that he would like A, to think that he has shtick, and B, that you were an influence on him. I think.
You want to hear the weird thing? This is the last weird coincidence. We have the same birthday.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about any of that. That doesn't weird me out at all.
Switch to birth. Switch to birth.
Yeah, I guess.
You ready to have your mind fucked right now?
Hey, let's go over here to Shelley, Oklahoma.
How about Kickstart My Heart?
Oh, Motley Crue. It's
Yeah.
a badass song.
I think there's 2 minutes left in the Sixers game. They're down by 30, and they're trying to keep the crowd there. It brings up so many bad feelings. Usually when this comes on, like, hey, don't leave yet.
I would have sent you into the prize closet. Jay's not feeling it. Sorry. Not everybody's a winner. Sorry.
Oh, so sorry.
Hey, yeah, what happened with him? You were trying to tell me, Chris, that the guy from Jeopardy fucking bumped somebody out.
Yeah, they were giving their story whenever in between rounds.
Oh, the nerd thing.
Yeah, and what happened?
And Trebek just talked shit to them while it called him. I'm bringing it up now.
You don't have to bring it up, just tell me.
Just call him a loser to their face.
Well,
No,
you know,
he says,
he's cool.
No, he says the music she likes is all losers. That's what it was. She goes, I like nerdcore rap. And he goes, what's that? He goes, guys who kind of rap about like sci-fi and stuff they're into. And he just goes, so losers. And then he says he's kidding really quick, but it is awkward as hell.
Now, Vito, how do you not know about the pizza party going on in the lobby?
I had no idea.
What's with our crew?
That's the problem.
Yeah, they're giving out fucking pizzas, and I saw the shows. We're taking about 2-3 pizzas back to their thing.
God damn
I'm
it.
going to get on that right now.
Oh.
It's too late. I
And
don't
this
trust
not
Marcus.
a bonfire day.
A bonfire day. So you're up against Ope now.
Is that official?
Yeah, it's been going
6
on.
to 8?
Is that
No, I
what
think
time
he's
you're
3
there?
to 6.
Yeah,
right?
he's 3 to 6.
Oh, I didn't know that you guys were on that late.
Yeah.
Just 6 to 8.
I said no.
We're the drive home.
From
What's
where?
going on? What's the rumor mill going on? Is Anthony coming back? Is
Well,
Opie going there?
Yeah, it does seem that way. Well, I don't want to say it. That's for Ope to say today. But yeah, Anthony's coming back, and Jimmy's going to join him.
And that's
And,
it.
yeah,
Sam
they're all
Roberts is getting kicked out of the building.
Sam Roberts is doing a show with X-Pac. Is all I know.
X-Pac.
Yeah, he had him in today.
Oh, did he really?
He filled in for Jimmy. This is how crazy the world has turned.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Although I haven't heard it yet, but I heard the Anthony and Opie phone call was great.
Yeah.
Really built some bridges.
Absolutely. That's
Only
what.
2 days after they were shitting on each other wildly.
But you know how that is.
I don't actually.
They're like the.
I don't have that much. I don't have that kind of, I guess, long-term gripe with anybody.
They're the Josh and Marcus of Sirius XM.
Hebrew school friends, go rivals.
Does this fucker look anything like me?
I couldn't look. I know me and Soder, obviously, newborns in the world of like doing radio together. But I mean, I couldn't imagine getting to a point where it's like, why would we do? Look, I know money obviously is the answer to that, but other than that, like, I couldn't imagine getting to a time where it's not like Soder makes me laugh and I make him laugh. I don't know where that, if that never changed, I don't see how it could ever become bad blood. Knock on for Micah.
Yeah. I mean, you've taken a road trip with people, right?
Sure.
And at a certain point you want to kill those people.
Yes, Louis J. Gomez, I have a hard time for many days with.
Well, that the...
But but here's the thing, there's still the friendship there. Is like, it's very... At the end of that trip, you're just kind of like, of course, I love Louis. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's nothing that would be...
But it doesn't mean that you wouldn't stab him at some point.
Right. But here's the thing, I couldn't live with Louis. I lived with Kurt. That went bad. I can't live with Kurt, but he's one of my dear... It's like a working relationship in that regard, where the idea is just to entertain each other for the sake of other people's entertainment. I don't see... That's what the friendship is based off of. I don't know where you lose that.
Well, I don't know whether you know this, but when we did the Unmasked, Soder and Lewis came to me after, and they were pretty edgy about it, and they said, Jay is not the center web to our friendship. We knew each other before. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, guys.
They had to let you know.
That wasn't the big part of it. But they were amped up about it, right?
Yeah.
And then when they came back in, when they were doing their skank store that you weren't part of, and they were kind of, they kind of felt bad about. I brought up the center web again just to see it. And Dave was on it too, like, dude, he's not the center of us.
No, he's absolutely right that I'm not the center necessarily of them, but I am like the reason that they would know, like, Keith Robinson or something like that. I was saying more like that, like the groupings of friends. I hung out with like younger comics and then guys way above,
I got it immediately.
I know.
I got it. I know exactly where you were coming from.
Yes, Louis does not like to be told he's not the center. Louis, you're the center web.
I never even heard the term before.
Maybe if he could have center webbed a little harder, maybe he would have thought to introduce Chris Stanley instead of fucking jacking himself off over a MMA fighter.
It's still bothering you a little bit that Chris got his feelings hurt.
It does upset me. I don't want that at all. I love when Chris comes on.
I don't think you were mad.
I've been trying to forge a friendship with Chris Stanley for the better part of 5 years. I've invited him to concerts. It's never gone anywhere.
I'm the same way. I don't have any. Look, he's still
a cold person.
He gives me a lot of those, like, yeah, well, text me, let me know about it. It sounds great. And then when I do, he's like, oh, man, I'm fucking doing anything else that day.
Yeah, no. I actually gave him shit about this not too long ago because it was like after a show or something, and you came up to him, gave him like a pat on the back, and you were like, love you, dude. And he was just like, okay. And I later said, you know how excited I'd be if Big J told me that he loved me? And
I will
he's like,
say,
what did I do?
I think Chris is hilarious. I mean, I said I've been a fan of the show for so long that, like, Chris always made me laugh. So I was a fan of his coming in. That was the problem. I was a fan of Chris before Chris knew who I was.
Well, here's the thing. Did he make you laugh the other night when he said he didn't get to talk? Because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
He made me sad. I'm going to go listen to it to see if I ever, because I know we had conversations. I was asking about fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there was never Chris Stanley is here from the Bennington show, Sirius XM. That was just cut off.
You didn't want to say Bennington, so you wanted to say High Society and Big Brother and the Holding Company.
It's a great podcast. Subscribe on iTunes. Rate it 5 stars. Leave a comment too. Welcome on in all reviews.
Oh, Ralph Sutton is so over. 80 people in his house all the time. He thought it was such a great idea. And then he realized that he's 46 and he's tired of just people being over all the time. He just wants to bang confused Eastern European 20-year-olds, and then we're all on his way.
How many nights are you doing that show?
I do it once, but there's a show, at least a show, every night of the week.
Are you one of those shows?
Yeah, we're one of those shows.
And you're in his house?
Yeah, we're in his house.
That's got to end. You guys have got to get a studio.
This is his call. It's his.
He invited us in. He
network.
built a studio in one of his
It doesn't work, though. It doesn't work.
It's a terrible idea that I said from the get-go.
I mean, I was surprised. But this is the plan, but okay.
Him and Lewis are co-owners of something that's all Ralph's money in his house.
Hey, Trump just said this. He said, if anybody tries to take this election from us, you're going to see bodies floating in the rivers. That shocks me.
Wow.
Okay, so he means it then.
He really doesn't want this thing, huh?
None of us do. None of us want anybody to get it. I'm ready to end the United States now. I'm just done
Just
with
give
it.
up.
Yeah.
Just all go our separate ways, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe keep a small union.
I don't think so. I don't think. I think it's just chaos. Just people,
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, driving around, fucking shooting each other for gasoline and cans of peaches.
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
At the very least, let's make state borders just moats. Just like completely just.
Well, we're moated off here in New York. It doesn't help at all.
We need like a religious miracle to get to another state. You have to part the sea.
If you had to pick a state to live in, though, would you stay here if it became a country, or would you go somewhere else?
I would probably stay, but I might get out of New York City. I might just
You
go upstate.
I might do that.
Just get a little piece of land for myself. A shotgun.
There's a rider coming in.
I was talking to Mike Fenoy about this the other day. Like, I couldn't imagine living there, but I do enjoy like the peacefulness for the first 15 minutes when you come out of an airport in, like, I use the example of like South Dakota or something. You go and you're like, wow, air is different. Everything looks and feels different. You're like, this is probably where people are supposed to live.
Yeah.
And then, but a day there and you're like, I don't want to drive to town for everything. Like, I'd like to have something a few blocks away that I could put flip-flops on and go get a sandwich.
So you want to live close to sandwiches? That's your number one. That's your number one thing to be a citizen.
I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
I'm going to go to Mississippi, and because I've never owned slaves, and I think that I would be considered one of the nicer slave owners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all well and good, but what's your proximity to sandwiches there?
There's no good bread.
No Mississippi sandwich for you?
You got to be honest. There's no good bread down there. They don't care about crust. They'll give you, like, when you're down south, they'll give you like a piece of Wonder Bread with your barbecue.
What? And then they do it up here too. If it's an authentic barbecue place,
And
here's
you're
a
like,
piece
give
of
me a
bread."
fucking roll.
It's crazy.
It could be great.
Christine, where do we eat breakfast somewhere where they gave us toast and like they gave us like the ass pieces confidently?
The heel?
Oh, the ass piece.
The
They
heel?
handed it to us. Just gave it to us on a plate. I'm like, this is not okay.
They just handed it to you ass to ass like that?
Ass to ass. 2 ass pieces. Yeah, they did. They put them ass to ass, so you didn't know it was the ass pieces, so you flipped it over.
Vito, did you get to the bottom of the pizza thing?
I thought we said.
Wow.
Just
there was
said
such
that.
panic in his heart.
Did one of us say anything? Like, no?
I thought.
I thought we said we didn't care anymore.
Did any of us hear this? Tell me if one.
I think you said that you don't trust Marcus Hook. I remember that.
That's what happened.
I'm never going to trust him. I mean, we just fucking heard from his background.
Guy told us he looked like somebody who was very easily Googleable.
Yeah, I know. It didn't even come close. No, I don't tell him I don't care about the I don't want the fucking peaches. Just tell him I don't care.
I hear him lumbering down the hall, by the way.
I'm worried his fucking heart's going to give out in no time at all.
Oh, that's going to happen.
He's working out a ton.
No,
it's all cheat days. It's all cheat days.
I mean, he's watching old 1980s workout tapes while he eats cheese puffs.
Watching Billy Black's videos.
He's jerking off to Jane Fonda, wearing leg warmers.
He's jerking off the sweat to the hits.
Oh, he's what's his name? Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
He's that'd be great. If we can get Vito to commit to a 6 months of Deal a Meal, how fun would that be? You can find Deal a Meal on eBay. I'd love to look at just an old diet program, Deal a Meal. That'd be great.
That's so fucking funny. Just to have people do the 1978 diet, the 1989 diet.
Dexatrim. My mom was Dexatrim. Deal a Meal. You had to carry around like a wallet the size of like a small clutch purse. That's very specific.
The only one I could do is what's the shake for breakfast?
Fast.
Sensible, yeah, Slim Fast.
That looks like a 70s board game. You're behind.
It really does. Does that come with a spinner, timer.
It comes with a fucking hourglass.
You do it for 2 days and you freak out and you just eat a fucking giant fucking hoagie.
You just hit the,
fuck this.
Hit the spinner. I got salad again.
How many cards is that? A hoagie? You put your ham card to the left and then put...
That's so fucking funny.
Deal a meal.
I love the fact that that nothing is gone these days. Like, no matter what you want, it's somewhere on the internet. It might be expensive to get it, but you could get a cereal from 1962 that's been off the market since then.
Yeah.
Unopened.
Yeah.
It's crazy how people save those things.
Oh my God.
Well, Vito's back. I hear him.
Running back.
I felt them.
Yeah. This is like
There's going to be puddles in his footprints.
This is like if Rocky started a gorilla.
Nobody knows anything about the pizza. They said it was gone 20 minutes ago. And I said, why didn't anybody text me? And they said, you know how these things are.
Apparently you don't know how they are.
No.
I don't like that heavy breathing. Deal a meal. Deal a meal. We're going to turn it around.
Are you thinking deal a meal?
Let's start him off at Deal a Cow, just till we're fucking sure. Make it something bigger.
Deal something way bigger.
Yeah. You all right?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just came in the middle of conversation, so I don't know.
No, you're breathing hard is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I even if I were to like jog like for 10 minutes, I'd breathe the same as sprinting 20 feet.
I get that. I understand that.
So you just start to breathe hard and that's it, no matter what.
No matter what. Any heartbeat.
What I like is you know yourself, and that's beautiful. I think you look just like Marcus.
You guys do look a lot alike.
No, everybody's been telling me that for years, but I don't agree with it.
We got to get that kid bar mitzvah. We got to get Vito bar mitzvah.
I would love that.
I would love to do a bar mitzvah.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're a lot of fun.
I've been a few people batting that around. I've never got bar mitzvah. I'm Jewish. I never got bar mitzvah. No,
Dude,
would it be funny to do it now?
That would be a great one. We could get maybe a good budget for it.
Record it and it'll be a whole thing.
I mean, Ari, I believe, is a rabbi. He
I
could
don't
probably
trust him as being like in good,
standing with the
I
with
can't
the synagogue.
imagine. Yeah.
Come on. Why would you say something like that? He's shoot off electronics and has a flip phone now.
Why is that? He doesn't want to be followed?
I don't know. He's a liar. He has one still somewhere, but he stays off social media. He only does social media when he's at a computer. So he just does or else he has to type to get. He has to push a button 3 times to get to a C.
I'm never off Pinterest for more than 5 minutes. I'm just collecting more and more pictures.
You got to pin things.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So many recipes, so many great recipes.
Well,
I don't know. Pinterest and LinkedIn are the two. I don't even know what they do.
LinkedIn is how I stay in touch with all the people from jobs.
LinkedIn is a spam email corporation.
It's got to be. Right? I have one email that I don't use at all. It's all LinkedIn, but it's all people I know.
They want to connect with you, right?
Yeah,
it's all people I know though that want to connect with me,
or whatever do they call it. It's like
some bullshit.
They would like to connect with me.
Has anyone ever gotten a job from being on LinkedIn? It's like you get a call like, "Hey, man, there's a show opening."
Saw your LinkedIn. You're a perfect fit.
I always get those emails. I want to explore this thing so bad. Gigmasters.com.
Like Roastmasters?
It's one of those like comedy. They'll send you out on. They say they get you gigs, but you have to like kind of buy into it, and it's a bunch of shit gigs you're gonna get. It's a way to take advantage of people.
That's weird.
What happened? What happened outside? Did Eastside Morales walk by?
Oh, no. Somebody that obviously knew you, probably a comic that Opie is going to be using today.
Oh.
You think that's what it was, Chris?
Yeah, I believe that was Theo Vaughn.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know that was Theo.
Think.
Oh, Theo. Opie's using him. Is Opie angrily doing radio?
I don't think he's angry.
I thought he was angry at his deal, I heard.
Oh, I don't know. No one.
I don't want to get angry at me. I don't want to see an aquarium while he slow talks about how upset he is with me. That's wrestling. Well. Sharks in the water. Can't trust anybody these days, brother.
Well, look, everybody's friends again, and that's all that matters. We're all back together.
I was never not friends with anybody. That's the best part.
Well, right now you're not friends with somebody. I'm sure of that.
That's how it goes. What are you gonna do? I've been on the show twice in 25 years.
What is when you go out on the road? You do a lot of radio, right?
Sometimes. The only one I reject is Bob and Tom.
What is the state of terrestrial? Is there good shows to still go on?
There are, yeah. They're actually Preston and Steve in Philadelphia are really
that's your guys.
really
in
good
Philly,
dudes. Yeah, they've really been they've been great to me. And there's a show that knows like. Here's the worst part about a lot of terrestrial radio. Almost all of it in Kansas City and in so many other places. You come in and they're like, "So what do you want us to set you up with? What are the bits?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Well, why don't we just talk about whatever you guys are? I'll jump in." And that was my big gripe with Bob and Tom. That's why I think they are horrific radio and probably have never been good, if I had to guess.
The iBang has put up a piece of, and I forget who's written the piece.
Chad Zumach.
All right, I met
Chad's a great guy. It's also an interesting thing where it's like a Bob and Tom, like a Mike Birbiglia will probably cite them as one of the people that's like the best for comedians. But like, it's so many like they want you like to keep you really in this like narrow thing, so that works for you. I guess that's
it's like
great.
Comics Unleashed, where you go on and you're not even faking the fact that you're doing your act,
which I now DVR and hate watch nightly.
Yeah.
It's driving Christine bonkers. She hates it. Whenever a guy says something to the thing and then like it's material and then just like waves off the crowd like, "Oh, you guys, knock it off. You guys are crazy."
What I think is fucking hilarious about the show is the other night I have it on. And John Panette is just sitting there, and he's talking like he's been gone for years. And then not that long ago, I saw Bonnie on there.
Yeah, I saw that.
And she's pregnant.
Yep.
Is Bonnie McFarlane pregnant? That's going to be what, 10 years, 8 years, 9 years?
10 years ago.
That's so funny. It just fits in. It's no, hey, this was recorded at any other time.
There's an episode with Dennis Miller did it. And at first you see him like trying to like shitting on the concept of the show and like kind of making fun of, but he does it also.
He still does.
That's why I said I've turned the show. Christine said it was the thing that made her one of the sexiest things about me ever. Is I turned that show down 17 times. 17 times I was approached to do that show. I said no every time.
He's a rebel, Ellie.
They offer you $400 and no flight, no hotel to go out there and waste your jokes on late night TV for a billionaire.
And he made all of his money doing stuff like this. He's produced a lot of shows.
He's the killer of like the it's like late night it's like Hollywood Minutes, know, with Byron Allen. It's like, oh, we caught Mel Gibson for 5 seconds.
Yeah, at a thing like he acts like he has a show, and it's just that
crossing paths with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the big thing I always heard, and someone should look this up. I've said it and I've never actually looked it up, but I believe he owns the rights to Eddie Murphy's Delirious. And I think that's where a lot of his
really,
money is.
that's weird.
Which is like a big money thing for him.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Season 2 of What's Your Fucking Deal on CISO is happening at the bitter end in New York City. Go to bigjcomedy.com for that. November 6th through Thursday, November 10th. And then he's doing the goddamn Comedy Jam Saturday, November 5th at the Gramercy Theater. And the Bonfire.
Yeah.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 o'clock, Comedy Central Radio. And then Legion of Skanks.
Yes, sir. And we're doing a Bonfire live for the festival, too.
That should be fun.
Yeah. Tuesday the 1st.
We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!